Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Aristocracy! Hello, hello! My, avatar is gonna be a little slow today, because I've got a video game open. I'm just warning you. So, I'm gonna be a little stuttery, okay? I'm sickly. Hey, Pavorid HD! Copperman, thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months in advance! Holy shit! Wait, Coppermine, didn't I just chat to you? I'm pretty sure that was you, but thank you. Oh, also, Ella Frank, thank you so much for subscribing for 3 months. Really appreciate it. CK3? Wait, you guys really want to see me play CK3? I didn't realize that. Hi, Eris, how are you today? Ninjeka, I am great. Though Zelda's not good. Zelda's sick. So, yeah, she's not doing good. State issued puppies. No, it can't happen because Zelda's got the runs. Hello, first time catching stream. Found you from Denims. Aviar, welcome to the stream. I'm so glad to have you here, and I love Denims. She doesn't love me back, but it's okay. Agent 10, thanks so much for resubscribing for 4 months. Oh my god, we started a hype train. I love it when we start hype trains right at the beginning of stream. It's fucking awesome. Subscribed, wait, 66K, thanks so much for subscribing for 2 months. Who is Sam Cedar? Yeah. I don't know who's, I know a little bit, but I, barely know who he is. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay. See, I know who Sam Harris is. Okay. Well, all I know is that Sam Cedar is a fellow Jewish streamer. So, you know, sisterhood pack there. Majority Report is pretty awesome. Yeah, I just need to know he's Jewish, and that's all, right? You can join my Jewish cabal, and it's all solved. Sam Cedar is an absolute king. Is there no one who doesn't like Sam Cedar here? I'm kind of getting a little jealous. It feels like you guys like Sam Cedar more than you like me. What the heck? I'm getting a little jelly. Sam Cedar is a Sigma male dude. He's a very likable... Okay, there's got to be someone here that doesn't like Sam Cedar. Who the fuck is Sam Cedar? Thank you, Whale Lord. Thank you. At least there's one person with some sense here. Dear God. Is he the McDonald's guy? No, he's not the McDonald's guy. He just pulled a pretty Chad move, so it's pretty hard to dislike him right now. Yeah, I heard about that, and we're going to watch it. Because I have no clue what happened. Sam Cedar has a shofar soundboard button that he blows for celebrations. That's amazing. I've kind of heard of it, but I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. Wait, Eris, there's a perfect clip to get to know him? Okay, save that. Save that clip, and then I'll watch it in a bit. You just found out about him, but he seems like a good guy. We'll see. Does he have a debatey kind of reputation? I'm not really... I don't know, I'm not really sure. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? Because the whole day, I have been cleaning up poop. So please, dear God, for the sake of my poopy hands, okay? I've been cleaning up dog poop this whole time. Please give me some money, okay? Let's get this hype train going. Let's get some bits. Don't leave me in the lurch, okay? Okay, I do wash my hands. But otherwise, wait, I thought someone said to get Zelda diapers. I don't bring up poo. This is the first time I've ever brought up poo. What are you talking about? Rolling Deadly, you're so weirdo. Cedar is cooler than Deepak. Whoa, interesting. I don't know. You comparing two Jewish streamers, a little weird. Sam is very good at debating. Some people dislike him because he does the little snarky laugh with the producer thing. Allegedly a left version of Crowder. I disagree with this take. Okay. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, guys, only 1 minute left. Only 1 minute left of the hype train. Let's get some bits, some subs going. Cedar has better politics than Pac-Man? Wait, what's bad about Pac-Man's politics? Tell me all the secrets. Tell me. He definitely came out on top in the thing we're about to watch. Yeah, I'm excited about this. And while we watch it, you're gonna be watching true art get created. Oh my god, Coppermine! Thanks so much for those 10 subs. Holy shit. You must be fucking rolling in dough. Thank you. I appreciate that. Holy shit. That's a lot of fucking subs. Like, actually kind of shocked. I didn't expect that. Thank you. Well, you were lovely to chat to. He is a Coppermine. Yeah, Coppermines are very important. Ethan Klein and Sam Cedar fusion danced into a Jewish golem to crush the... What did I just read? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for those huge gift subs. We're almost at a level 4 already. Yeah, this is fucking based. I am debating. So, like, for those who don't know, I got partner. I actually only started streaming about 3.5 months ago. Or maybe 3 months ago. And I got partner in just under a month. And everyone told me I wasn't going to. Like, every single person told me it wasn't going to happen. I can tell you that, like, from the get-go, from starting streaming, everyone told me, keep your expectations low. Like, don't expect much for the first year. All this stuff. And, yeah, I've defeated Destiny, because Destiny's still not a partner. And he's been streaming for, like, 10 years. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, so many people, like, told me, they just kind of told me to downplay my expectations, to not expect much, that it's going to take, like, at least a year to get more than your average 20, because, like, the first 20 subscribers, that's, like, the hardest thing. If anyone here is a streamer, you know that's true. Like, those first 20, that's the hardest thing in the world. Yeah, I know he was partnered and lost it. I was just trolling Amos. I just like to feel superior to Destiny in the few ways I have. Destiny can't be partner because he multi-streams on DGG and YouTube. You can multi-stream on DGG, but not on YouTube. Yeah, VTuber supremacy. Okay, do you guys think that the reason why I got partner... so, I don't know 100% how I got partner in under a month, right? Like, because there's some people that I think are better streamers that, like, it takes them way longer to grow. So there's obviously going to be some luck factored into anything you do publicly. But I have some good guesses. You guys want me to go to the hot tub stream while I tell this? I don't know if I want to go to the hot tub. We have 2 minutes left of the hype train. If we want to hit level 4, guys. You have your thoughts as to why? Oh no. I feel like they're bad. Okay. So I have some of my theories as to why. But I just want to preface this, like, completely by saying this is just my journey. It doesn't reflect, like, 100% any of yours. And there's always going to be a certain amount of luck that goes into anything when you're trying to gain, like, a public audience and stuff. And I still, like, I'm still a small streamer by the scheme of things, right? But I am proud of getting partner in under a month. It was definitely more than I expected. Elliot5, thanks so much for continuing a gift sub. That means so much when someone does that. Guys, we're so close to level 4. We're so close. Wait, individuals have individual experiences? I know. And I actually thought, it's funny that people tell me that the VTube thing, a lot of people think that the reason why I guess, grew so fast, because most people, it takes them about a year at least to get partner. So getting it under a month, definitely very rare. So, but, like, a lot of people have told me, and we can see how much you guys think if this is true. Guys, only 30 seconds left. Some people have told me that they think it's the VTuber thing. Good faith debates, empathetic, talk about your puppers and CTC Seal, that's actually so sweet. Oh my god, Bartish Head! That subscription with Prime just saved our asses. Thank you. And Rightflow saying thank you so much for subscribing with Prime too. You two saved it. Thank you, thank you. You're the saviors. Can we get some hype for Bardos and Rightflow? Like, holy shit. I appreciate you. That was a tight one. I'm taking notes here. Yeah, no, okay. Like, I want all of you guys to succeed. Because God knows we need way more streamers. And for sure, if you're a history streamer, I really want to create a new category in streaming, because I think education and like teaching is such a perfect mix for Twitch. It's like the perfect platform because you can mix it with comedy, with chilling and relaxing. And it's just, yeah, it's just perfect. Nick Foras, thanks so much for subscribing with Prime. And also, most people right now are learning online with something that's totally uninteractive. And I don't think people learn very well that way. People need to interact while they're educating themselves. So I think this is a perfect, so if like you want to grow, you know, and if you want to get into like streaming to do more educational content, I think that's so cool. So I really want to help anyone who wants to. Because honestly, if we grow this category, it's literally just a win-win for everyone in it. But anyways, getting to the meat thing. But yeah, a lot of people told me it was the VTube thing. Like this, I've been hearing this on Twitter, where people are like, "Oh, like step 1, be a VTuber," like the VTube thing, that it's like a gimmick or whatever, and then it's easier way. And I always assumed, and maybe they're right, but I always assumed that the VTube thing was holding me back. And I still think that's the case, to be honest. Would you be willing to date Nick Fenez? No. And I think I'm older than 15, so I don't think I'm his type. No, I don't think VTube has anything to do with it. I think it's because you're the nicest and smartest and most analytical lefty. Oh, thanks, Puberty. For HD. That means a lot. That means a lot, honestly. That's very sweet of you to say. But yeah, only 2 minutes left. We gotta hit level 5 now that we're so close, please. You are also not a cat boy. Okay, yeah, I don't know, like I obviously didn't make, I'm kind of different than a lot of other VTubers because I haven't watched anime, and I didn't really want to make my VTubing avatar very like minimalist and simple and just look like me. If I had to guess, the VTuber thing helped you stand out a bit more and great content. Yeah, maybe that's a good argument, Virenez, that it helped me kind of stand out, and like at least make people remember you. Right? So like people would be like, oh yeah, that VTuber who talked to Vosh, that VTuber did that. Like, you know, I can totally see that. But I do think it held me back. I still think it held me back, even with all those factors, because I genuinely think if I'd been like out here showing my face, like there's all these benefits to being like a woman on stream and stuff, and I feel like I lost some of that by being a VTuber. Not all of it, but there's definitely like a jump in the beginning. Look how fast Miko. I thought you said Milko. I read that so wrong. I think the VTubing angle was part of what got me to check out your stuff. It's definitely the even-handed discussion and research. Thank you, Crepe. That makes me really happy. What I found a lot, the most common response I get from people is that they're watching me in spite of the VTubing. That's really where people say they judged me for being a VTuber. They didn't think it was going to be high quality content. They, you know, maybe they're a little embarrassed about it or something like that. And I had to like prove them wrong. So I still feel like it's something that holds me back a bit. But that doesn't mean and maybe eventually I'll start showing my face more like Komiko. Like if I get to a point where I feel like solid financially enough that I can like have security and stuff, like if I'm like Code Miko size or something, then sure. But yeah, right now, not too scary. But yeah, only 20 seconds left of this hype train. Oh, we're gonna miss the level 5. That's sad. I don't know. I was originally drawn to it by a combination of VTube, something I've never heard of, and your intellectual material and research streams. I don't follow any of the other VTube stuff, though. Yeah, like, yeah, so that's cool. That totally makes sense. I liked your overall attitude and perspective. Feel like I would have come on board regardless of how you present yourself. No idea how common that is, though. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for that level 4 hype train. Really appreciate it. No, hey, since
Get the
Swanky,
hype train moving.
no, Sir McSwanky, you came too late. It's too late. You missed it. Raise money to get a bodyguard? Yeah, like, it was Chris Reagan that caught you. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get to Chris Reagan. I'm gonna get to other streamers. That's a part of what I wanted to talk about. I'm actually going to close the Sims. So I have the Sims open. It's kind of just like slowing out. But anyways, when the world needed, how much donation for Queensguard? 700,000 a year. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what Prince Harry said it was. It costs. You should really interview Shonad. Yeah, I'd love to interview her. Can we design cool you? The original avatar almost put me off, but your appearance on Hippy Dippy was really impressive. So that's what got me interested. Thank you, Son of a Cat. And Cool Shove Effect, thank you so much for resubscribing for 2 months. Thank you. Yeah, I still feel like the avatar holds me back because I'm still getting there are some people that get attracted to it, or maybe they remembered me because of the avatar. But I think I could have done other things physically to be rememberable. I actually think physically I look kind of unique. So yeah, I actually feel like, I don't know. I feel like it held me back a bit. But I still don't regret doing it because I've talked a lot about why I'm so happy that I decided not to show my face. Number one, it makes me feel like I can contribute something that has nothing to do with my looks, which is really important for any woman. Because you have to understand that you're always told that your entire value is in how you look. And so this has been very exhilarating for me. It's like, it's a really nice feeling. And then on the other hand, it also makes me feel really safe and comfortable. And I also don't have to do my makeup every day. I'm in love with the 2D girl. Aw, Veggie, thank you. Started watching because your interviews don't really care about the VTuber thing. Yeah, PKs, I actually think I got the most people from interviews. That's probably a huge amount of people. I was already interested because of the Destiny interview, but it was the interview with Kraut that got me to stay. I loved that interview with Kraut. I thought that was a solid one. There's sometimes like when I create like interesting lore for the Kraut interview was Kraut was not, hopefully he's okay with me saying this, but Kraut was very skeptical of me. He was skeptical of being interviewed by me. He had been hurt a lot in the past with like, interviews and stuff like that. And I think he really thought that I was going to kind of spring something on him, that I was going to do something just for clicks. And he was just really, really concerned about it. Like just suddenly surprise him with Vosh or something, right? And afterwards, it felt like my goal when I'm doing an interview, because I'm not a therapist or anything, like God knows I have no training in that. I just want to kind of work through with the person I'm interviewing, like, and just help the audience understand them more. That's the goal. It's understanding, right? And sometimes when you do that, like the person who you're interviewing starts to understand themselves more, usually in a much more positive manner. And I think that happened with Kraut in that conversation. If you could tell, in the beginning, he's kind of like defensive. He's not really into the interview. And by the end of it, he's super engaged and he's actually kind of feeling great. And so I was really proud of that interview. Also, yeah, interviewing well-established streamers definitely got your name out to people with those. Yep. But there's a reason why I could do that, because that kind of stuff is not accessible to the average person. And I'm going to get into why I could do that. And it has to do with the Jewish conspiracy. I'm kidding. Also devious. Okay. I became interested in you from the Hippy Dippy roundtable you did with Vosh. Oh, that's cool. So it's interesting. A lot of people seem to have found me through a lot of chatters, particularly. Because you know what? The majority of my viewership actually doesn't come from Twitch. Interesting fact, right? And it's what's very rare about my channel. The majority of my viewership comes from outside of Twitch. Do you watch Dr. K? I feel like you two have the same energy. Yeah, I've watched some of his stuff. I actually signed up for his therapy. So I shouldn't laugh at that, but I've got internalized embarrassment. I found out about you from Twitter. Well, that's why I'm on Twitter, so I'm glad. I followed Eris for having cringy takes on plural people. Oh no. Okay. Vosh v. Kraut was crazy and sitting. I don't know how much I buy Kraut's side, but it says a lot that you could have had a convo with him. Well, it's really hard. Like, my job, I'm not trying to take a side in these dramas between these people. And I also don't want to downplay because they're like them as just dramas, because often they're very serious accusations. It's just like, it's very hard to determine from the outside who's correct because everyone has their perspective. So I just try my best to be non-judgmental when I'm doing a stream, which I think is one of the main reasons why people are more willing to open up to me. You have to be genuinely non-judgmental, and you can't just act that way. Like, it has to be genuine because people read it. Like, if you're just putting on a face of like non-judgmentalness, like, people can tell, and they're not going to open up to you. So you have to be like non-judgmental genuinely, like, and just really want to hear their perspective on their career or their world or whatever. And that's always been my style. Just watch the Voss stream. His advice of gaining thick skin is double-bladed. If you gain thick skin, you start losing empathy with people. Yep, CTZ. That's exactly what I went through when I was wondering if I should quit streaming. I think it was like 2 months ago. That was the debate, because I felt like I was worried streaming was going to turn me, in order to survive, I was going to be turned into a person I didn't like. We should crowdfund making a crown for you and then have Coronation stream to establish an anarchy money. That would be really cool. Yeah, the whole drama scene seems so forced and convoluted with bad faith actors stepping on each other on their way to the top. Yeah. Eris, you're incredibly entertaining. And I always learn something new whenever I watch your stream. Don't ever let the anti-cartoon... Thank you. The ukulele new... Thank you so much. That's really sweet. Okay, Rolling Deadly, I'm only judgmental against you. So... But anyways, so you're probably wondering, like, how did I get those interviews? Like, because I got an interview with Destiny when I had, I think, an average of 30 viewers. That's not normal. Most people are not going to be able to get an interview with him. And so, like, there's a whole lot of privilege that I brought to the table. And the reason why I got partner, and this is the big spoiler, okay? Like, listen tight. The big reason why I got partner in under a month, it was because it wasn't really a month. It was really 3 years. I wasn't streaming, but I was doing something else, and I was building a community. So that's like... So a lot of people, and I think there are some other streamers that have been like resentful to me because they're like resentful that I grew so fast, that I got partners so fast when they felt like they had to work so much harder and so much longer for it. But in reality, I was doing the same work, just in a different way, on a different platform. And so, yeah, I started CC, yeah. So I started Cali Open Club. At the time, Cali Open Club was the only kind of intellectual debate server on Discord. Now there's a bunch of them, and I'm happy there's a bunch of them, even though there's copycats, but it's okay. But that's reminds me of the quote from Togong, it took 20 years to become an overnight success. Yeah, exactly. So in reality, it wasn't a month. It wasn't under a month. It was under a month of being on Twitch, but the majority of my viewership doesn't even come from Twitch, right? The majority of my viewership comes from outside of Twitch. So the problem with Twitch is that Twitch really rewards you once you hit, over 10 average viewers or something like that, right? But getting to that first 10 is the hardest thing. Like that consistent 10. I feel like once you get to that 10, it starts to be a more smoother sailing. Now you can start growing and doing the grind and all that stuff. But you can be going under 10 for years and be producing excellent content, and like still you're not going to grow. Like Twitch is notorious for having really bad discoverability. Like really, really bad. And I think if you're in that place right now where you're trying to grow you feel like your content is good quality content, because I mean, number one, always, if you're ever struggling, always try to fix the content, right? But if you feel like your content is solid, then I would just tell you to get off Twitch, right? Temporarily. Like, go to another platform and build something there. Build something else. Get a reputation. Whether it's debating in a vegan Discord, or it's a big Twitter following because of your like witty tweets, or YouTube, or like TikTok, or even in real life, like getting a following at your university, like, you know, running for president, I don't know, something like that. Something where you're really like establishing and you're kind of building your credibility, where you actually like gather people behind you. Like, those people, so many of them will follow you to Twitch. Spam Tana, thank you so much for resubscribing for 2 months. But yeah, so like, I really think that, I mean, not even just that, you can just becoming like a regular on someone else's stream can really, really help. How many people has Destiny helped, like, you know, kind of grow? From people being regulars on his stream, regulars in his community. That's what happened with Vosh, right? Vosh didn't just snap his fingers and boom, super successful. He built himself in someone else's community. So like, there might be people, if I get big enough, there might be people here that get built within this community that will go and make their own channel and be super successful. And I think that's super cool. Agreed. That's the reason why I was able to be early adopter of Dylan's Twitch, just because I already knew him from Vosh. Yep. So like, that's why networking and all that stuff is also super important. But just remember, if you like, when you network, it needs to like, you need to be genuinely networking. Like, not, because when people, I can tell you, just as like something behind the streams, like behind the scenes, also behind the streams, is that when people are networking just to network, like just for business acumen or whatever, you can tell, like, you just get those vibes. And it's not attractive. But like, if you actually want to genuinely make connections, like genuinely make friendships, and genuinely admire the people you're networking with, then it's like a win-win, because you potentially gain a friend, and then on top of that, you also might get some benefits from it too. It's just like a win-win. But it's got to be genuine. If you're only looking for the benefit, you're never going to develop something real unless the person is just like super naive that you're talking to, and it's very rare. Please don't make videos criticizing me, okay? I do not welcome criticism. Another advantage of the stream is about how nicely you interact with chat, while Destiny will call me a fucking inbred dipshit moron. Yeah, but I try to interact with chat. Networking will also get you way further in the economy than merit ever could. But yeah, this is why I encourage you to like join Calliope Club Discord, join the Twitch Politics Discord, join Politics Discord, like start building like some kind of reputation, you know, in whatever community. If you're doing Sims, then join like a Sims community or something, or start making YouTube videos and start kind of spreading them around. A really good attitude is just doing something nice for someone. There are, I'll give you an example, right? Where there's someone messaged me. Remember, you guys, a few months ago, I was going through some nasty drama? Someone messaged me something really nice and was always being really helpful to me, just randomly on Twitter. I didn't know who they were. Fast forward, we're now really good friends, and I helped them significantly with their stream. And now they're kind of getting connected to a bunch of other streamers that are helping them network. So like, just one nice action led to all these like positive effects for them. So that can also really, really help. But please, no criticism. But yeah, the biggest thing I could say, like, so that was huge. I think building myself in my own community really, really helped. And building my credibility, building at least some kind of following behind me. And that was a lot of work. Like, I had to build Calliope Club from one member, which was just me. And it was really hard because at the time there was no discoverability for Discord. So like, and I was trying to create a new category, and I went through running a Discord server is literally like running a fucking country, okay? It's really hard. At least here I can chill and I don't have to watch League. Now there's more discoverability on Discord, but when I started those first 2 years, there was nothing. How did you do that? To be honest, that seems more crazy than the Twitch thing. The way I did it was I would go to other servers, I would debate, get connections with other people, become friends with them, invite them, like gather a social circle, bring them to my server. I started building a reputation for debating Nazis. Once I built that reputation and people would be excited to have me in the voice chat, they would message me and be like, "Oh, this Nazi's here, come debate them." And so I started to build that. Then people would wanted to join my server. I also started doing partnerships with other Discord servers. I developed a good partnership with the politics server, which really helped me. Which is how I became friends with Yubi. I developed partnerships. You know, I at the time used to like advertise Discord servers. You had to like post in all these big directory Discord servers, and you just like spam your shit. I had to make sure I was running a professional staff, which is really challenging when you're not able to pay anyone because no one's earning any money. Like I did all this work, and I basically was doing 2 full-time jobs, and I did it for free for 3 years, like 0 pay. Okay. I think like I eventually started Patreon. I was getting like $200 a month or something. How did you get CC going? Because it's not known for discoverability. Is that not seen as leeching people from other Discords? Oh yeah, it probably is leeching. It probably is leeching. Like, but at the end of the day, the best server is going to win. Like, you know, if you don't want people to leech from your Discord server, then make sure that your Discord server is the best Discord server, that no one wants that. Like, I would hate that the only reason why people are hanging out in your Discord server is because there's just no other option. How did you control your social anxiety to get where you are? Well, the interesting thing about my social anxiety is that one of the reasons why I started using Discord was to battle my social anxiety. Because I actually used to have really bad anxiety to the point where I would like not eat because I didn't want to leave my house for food, or I would never answer a phone call, and all of that kind of stuff. And I remember seeing, like, I went into the server called the Right server. It's a conservative Discord server. And I remember seeing the voice chat and all these people in voice chat, and they're and I was like, and I wanted to click it to go in, but I was so scared. This is way before I even had a server. Like, I was terrified to just click it, to just like hop in this room. I was like, what is the social dynamic in this room? Are you expected to talk? Like, you know, is everyone gonna make fun of me? Like, is my mic even working? Like, how do I interact with this world? It's so unique. It's so weird. And I just, at some point I just pushed myself. I hopped in, I muted my mic. That's, if you're ever nervous to hop into Discord calls, this is what I encourage you. Just hop in, mute your mic, and just listen for a bit. And that's exactly what I did. And it worked out because eventually I heard a debate enough that I was like, oh, I have to speak up. And the more you do it, like anything, it's like practice, like anything, the more confidence I built. And then eventually I got to a point where like now I can talk to like all these people and be totally confident and chill. Which is crazy. My old therapist, and I did that with no therapy. No therapy. So it's like facing your fears is a powerful thing, as long as you do it in like baby steps. The term's called read the room. Yeah, well, to be fair, Eris still does that during Patreon events, hops in, gets scared, leaves. Wait, what are you talking about? It's not true. Discord therapy, hypers? Same, I'm confident enough in chat, but still so scared of others' perception of my voice, I stay off of VC. Nope. What I would encourage you is, like, at some point, you've just got to pull off the Band-Aid. I know it's old conservative advice, okay? I know all the lefties here are like, no, that sounds like some, like, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps bullshit. But it's not. It's not bullshit. Sometimes you really just gotta pull off that Band-Aid. And you just gotta, like, tell yourself, I just gotta talk. Like, but anyways, um, so anyways, I hopped in, and like, the rest is my history, I guess. But yeah, I started like the creating a community and facilitated a community. It took me 3 years. Um, and like, that's what I would encourage you to do. If you're struggling on Twitch right now, is just like, don't give up on Twitch, but just, step back a bit. Step back from Twitch and say, okay, let me build a community elsewhere. Let me build a following somewhere else. Let me build a reputation somewhere else. I'm a lot more confident in voice debates and public speaking than I am engaging with someone on a person-to-person basis. Oh, I still to this day get really nervous about one-on-ones. I'm really anxious about one-on-ones. Turns out you are never our mom. You're our stern, well-intentioned, old-fashioned dad. Oh, no. Yeah, you have to step away from something to get closer to it. Yep. That's what I encourage you to do. So those are some factors, right? There's other stuff. I think I think that's the biggest reason, was that I had a community behind me already. Like, my Discord server is 15,000 people. Like, so I suddenly had access to all that help. And obviously all 50,000 is not going to translate into Twitch because they're very different platforms, but it certainly helped me get past that initial 10 viewer grouping. And most importantly, because I'd had that server and that platform beforehand, it meant that I already had some good connections. So, like, I'd had, for example, Destiny. I'd known Destiny for a long time already by that point. I wasn't, like, super close with him at that point, but... Oh, I just read what you guys said. But yeah, I wasn't... But I'd already kind of had a bunch of positive interactions with him. He knew who I was. And he'd come onto my server a few times for AMAs. So, Vosh also had come onto my server for a few AMAs. And I'd also met, another big part was meeting other streamers. Even, like, not as big as Destiny or Vosh, but, like, medium-sized streamers. Medium to large-sized streamers that, that they needed my platform, and I needed them, and it's just a natural, perfect partnership. Like Prime K has helped me a ton, to help me grow and, and platform me on his stream and stuff like that. And I was selling myself hardcore there. Which one's hotter, Vosh or Destiny? I think they're both hot in their own ways. Okay? Don't make me choose. It's like Sophie's Choice. But another thing is that I also think my time managing CC and managing people, because that's a big thing when you're running a Discord server. I know you're like, oh, it's just Discord. Trust me, okay? Like, this shit, running this is like running a fucking faculty of human beings. It's very challenging. There's a lot of drama that happens. You have to balance everyone's individual needs. Everyone has their own conflicts with one another. You have to bring out the best in each of your teammates. All of those skills help me with streaming. So I would also encourage you to, like, it sounds so corny, but join, like, any kind of team. Any kind of team environment. That really, really helps. It especially helped me learn to deal with criticism. And it also helped me navigate socially, like, this world. There's so many, like, faux pods. I definitely made a few of them, but holy shit, would I have made more if I didn't have, like, the background of CC and managing that. Like, I already kind of knew how to be careful with what you say in public, but still like, be authentic, right? Like, that balance is really, really hard, and not a lot of people find that. And I definitely got that from CC. One of the other major things, in my opinion, for my quick growth, was how hard. I mean, maybe you guys are gonna think that this is not true, but I feel like this gets downplayed a bit when other people talk about, like, my quick success. Is I think I just grinded really hard. Like, the moment I started streaming, like, literally the moment I started streaming, even when I had 10 viewers, I was taking myself as seriously as a 2,000 viewer, like, streamer. You know, like that I was taking my, and everyone told me not to. Everyone said like, oh, like, you know, have your lower expectations. Don't expect that this is going to be like a job. You're probably not going to earn money. Like, don't worry about that. And I totally understand where those people are coming from. But that's just not how I do things. Like, I'm a tryhard. Like, I'm 100% a tryhard. It's one of the reasons why I love video games so much. Like, I will play the Sims, and I'm not a casual Sims player, okay? I play it hardcore. I'm not a casual Age of Empires player. I play that hardcore. I'm like a very intense tryhard. Okay, I try hard with everything. I try hard when I'm picking which soap dish I want for my bathroom. That's not an exaggeration. Ask my friends. Like, that's just who I am. Dilepsy, thank you so much for resubscribing for 2 months. Thank you. And so, from the moment, even when no one was taking me seriously, even when like people were like, oh, like you're probably like you're only gonna have 20 viewers now, but it's gonna go down. Like, someone told me that you just get a ton of people watching you the first time, and then the second time, all your friends kind of forget about watching, and then it goes away. But I just didn't care. Like, I was just gonna take myself, you know. I guess it's like fake it till you make it, typical thing. Kind of weird if you want to make something a job and not treat it with the seriousness a job should. Yeah, exactly, Tiz. I totally, and there's so much advice out there. I feel like on like r/Twitch that's always telling people like, don't take it seriously. This isn't gonna be a job. You're like not gonna be successful. But it's like that attitude is just guaranteeing you that it's not gonna happen. Sometimes you have to have a little stars in your eyes. There's a quote. I have a planner. Okay. Which is another thing that I was going to get to. But I want that company to sponsor me before I fucking like advertise them again. But I have a planner, and I have and I always write this quote in there, and it's so corny. I'm just warning you guys, be prepared for the corn, okay? It's a little cringy. But there is this quote that I just love, and it's shoot for the moon, because even if you fail, you'll land amongst the stars. Okay, I know that was really cringy. Okay? I know, it's so cringy, but it's true. It's literally, it's physically true. It's like it's scientifically true. When you like shoot for something, when you try to go, like even if you fail at trying to go for something really big, like, yeah, I was trying to be a 500 viewer streamer, and right now I'm 170. So maybe I failed at being 500 viewers, but I'm still really, really happy with having, 170 viewers. That's a great achievement. So it's like, if you really, keep that perspective, right? Move that Overton window. I don't know if that's the right term to use. No, honestly, don't listen to these chatters calling us cringe. Some motivational lines work well. Well, yeah, it's just something that really intensely hits me. So yeah, I tried my best to put out the best stream I could. So yeah, I worked hard on getting a proper overlay. I learned how to use Streamlabs professionally. I created an entire one of the biggest things I did, and something that I think will really help, is I created a brand. And I knew from running CC how important branding is. Branding is not just something for capitalism, okay? Branding works everywhere. I mean, branding works just for you, individually within your friend circle. I have been thinking of streaming with a political angle this time. Any tips? Yeah, that's literally what I'm talking about right now. So, yeah, stick around for the stream. What, are you a capitalist? But yeah, the one of the big goals that so I created this whole brand, right? So obviously, so when people think of me, they think of monarchy. I have a consistent look. I made sure I got artwork done. I invested some money. I invested hundreds of dollars. And trust me, those hundreds of dollars hurt. They hurt me financially. right? Because I was not in a good place. Before I was streaming, I was literally in such a bad place financially that I could, like, didn't have enough money to eat, like, 3 meals a day. It was not a good situation. So, so I invested some money, and that was really hard for me to do. And I don't want to encourage you to go invest money that it's like, and do what I did. But like, investing something is probably really important. Hey, Seppo. That's a shit ton of nuggets. Yeah, I invested a few $100s in things like branding. I went and found artists to draw me. I mean, just my avatar alone, my avatar costs around $600. To get it rigged and everything, it's expensive being a VTuber. Yeah. And that's for a really kind of 2D simple avatar. For the really intense ones, you're talking in thousands. Oh, no problem, Mo Shinies. Yeah, the branding was, how did you find doing all that branding? Did you find doing all that branding stuff fun? Yeah, I did. I did find it fun because I'm a gamer, right, at my core. So I just treated it like a video game, like building your character. Points of strength here, these points here. And I made a vision board, also really fucking corny, of the things that I wanted to achieve. And but yeah, the branding I think was really huge. So like, I wanted, even if people were watching me and I was like, had 10 viewers that day, I wanted my branding to look like I was a solid partnered streamer even when I wasn't. So that I think was really, really important. I wanted to look as professional as possible. And I try to be really smart with like how I spent the money and all of that kind of stuff. You wrote it in the Girl Boss Planner. Yeah, I did. No joke, help my ex with streaming, and no joke, it takes a lot. Yeah, no, it does. It does. And then I invested time. Like, I also made sure I invested time. Worked so hard to build a social media, and I don't do social media. Like, I haven't owned a Facebook account since like 2019. No, sorry, 2009. I was like off for 10 years. Like, yeah, I haven't owned a Facebook account since then. I never owned an Instagram account. I didn't even know what Snapchat was. Dear God, I didn't know what TikTok was. Yeah, like, I'm just someone, I'm not a very social person. I tend to live in a book. Oh, Lucy Lucid! Thank you so much for buying a Black Death Tour t-shirt. T-shirt's only available for 2 weeks. Okay? Please buy. Thank you. Support the channel. Are you a capitalist or a communist? I am not educated enough on economics to be opinionating one another. I see negatives with both. I'm sure if I was educated, I would take a firm opinion. But I know much more about like the history of those two. I know about like the history of how they were implemented, but I also know the theory is very different than how they get implemented. So it's like, I don't fucking know what I am for. I'm not a centrist. I'm just ignorant. I'm just ignorant. Okay, it's not centrist. It's just recognizing that I don't have information. It's called being humble. Okay. Okay, drinking it. You should be capitalist because negatives of capitalism are far less likely and impactful than things like gulags or breadlines. And well, yeah, I'm not RIP. I'm just not educated on economic theory. I know much more about the impacts. I know a lot of negative impacts of communism historically and of capitalism. So can't believe Eris is a fence sitter here. Oh no. You can be a socialist, capitalist, or online pariah who can talk to people in real life. I don't know Cynical Historian. I haven't checked him out. But yeah, like, we all have our focuses. And for me, my focus is history. I'm always going to look at things from a historical lens. And so when we talk about economics, I'm just thinking history. I don't really think about like present day theory. So if I try to talk about like theory, I would sound like I would just sound really ridiculous. As long as you're not a tanky. Well, I don't know. They do have mad outfits. Eris doesn't know about leftist political theory to call herself a leftist. To be fair, it's extremely complicated. Even an expert to say they don't know enough. Nobody is perfect. Thank you, Veggie. Yeah. But yeah, anyways. So I took myself and I did. I took myself seriously. And it probably came off really dumb. I'm sure to tons of people. I'm sure when Destiny, I actually messaged Destiny and I asked him, initially I was going to call myself because I was always known as Eris, but I couldn't start streaming as just Eris. Because God knows there's a bunch of Erises. So I actually wanted to call myself Eris Theory. All right? Eris Theory. I'll spell it out for you. Like that. I was going to call myself Eris Theory, and it was a play on the philosophical concept error theory. And I thought it was funny because I hate error theory. So it's ironic. It appealed to my hipster sense. And I thought that was really witty, right? So I told Destiny, I was like, hey, what do you think of this name? And because I really appreciate his, whatever you say about him, the guy's got really smart takes. So, and Destiny responds, he's like, what the fuck are you smoking? No one, at all in this fucking universe knows what error theory is. You are a fucking nerd. Do not pick that name. No one will get it. Everyone will just think that you were just calling yourself the theories of Eris. And that just sounds pretentious as fuck. I was like, God damn it. And then he suggested Aristocracy. Some other people had suggested Aristocracy before, and then I decided to go for it. And it worked, because it worked with my branding, and it kind of connected all. It's cute too. Aristocracy has a nice ring to it. Yeah, and it works with the whole, monarchy theme and everything like that, so. And every stream with, but that's just a theory. It's Eris theory. I literally heard his voice saying that in my head. Yeah, no, that's literally what he said to me. It was really funny. How do you cultivate a personality where people associate you with the aristocracy? You just be really noble and aristocratic, okay? All right, Thomas John. Tom, where's your crown? Where's your crown? Someone gave you a crown. Can I interest you in a short explanation of fractional reserve banking today? Private banks can... Rip, you are going to have to get on me on another day, because today is not the day for me to be intellectually, available. Yeah, no, that's literally what Dusty said to me before. I'm sorry, Rip. I'm just being honest. But yeah, so that was a major factor. I think the branding, I invested tons of money and also tons of time. So I was building out all my social media. I built out an active Twitter account. I went from 0 followers to 400 within, I think, a week, which I was really proud of when I had no following on Twitter, on Twitter or on Twitch. I focused really hard on building up a genuine Twitter presence. I always was just trying to be active, and to this day, I'm really active on Twitter. Did someone lob a sword at you? I made sure to put myself and platform myself wherever I could. I nagged my friends to watch my stream so I could get my viewership up. I was that annoying person. And this is something that I told Stardust to do too. You guys know Stardust? She's a new streamer who's also been growing very rapidly. And initially, when she was much smaller, she came to me and she was asking me for some advice. And that's what I told her. I said, honestly, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and to annoy your friends to watch your stream, get your viewership up, remind them what you're doing that day and all of that stuff. Use everything you can. You gotta be ambitious. So yeah, I'm claiming complete credit for all of her success. I'm kidding. It's really fascinating. You're ignorant about almost every aspect of the thing, but your drive got you through, you could probably do some real cool things in other spheres. Thanks, Dream Canoe. Yeah, I mean, I do think I was really ignorant about Twitch. I knew no Twitch jokes. I barely ever watched Twitch. I never seen Destiny stream. I knew of Destiny because I'd had him on as an AMA, but I never watched a stream of his. Don't tell him that, okay? So like, I didn't even know the dynamics. I didn't know any of the metas. I didn't know the ins and outs. Like, I knew nothing. And to this day, I still don't know. Like, you know, when people do that big, like, open face, I don't know what that means. Okay? I don't know what that means. And I just act like I know what it means, but I really don't. Like, I just don't get it. Why are these circles everywhere? It's so weird. It's very strange. Like, my editor always puts it in the videos, and I'm like, I don't get it. It looks cool. No, it's like a big open circle. Like wide open. No, it's not that. Chat, want to hear something funny? When I ask Eris for tips, she bullied me hard. Oh my god, Rolling, why are you so mean? Yeah, it's Oma Law. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Omega Law. I didn't know who Destiny was until Vosh's stream. Yeah, I hadn't watched like Vosh's. I literally hadn't heard of, like, I just knew Vosh had come on for an AMA. The most I knew of him was he was the guy that said the thing about Israel. No, I didn't know what Pog was. The only person that I really had like heard significant amount about was Mike from PA. Because that, you know, that situation where apparently, I know, allegedly, I didn't see the stream, I just heard about this, where allegedly he, like, I don't know, told black people to like save themselves or something because they wouldn't like allow him in in their movement. Do you guys remember something like that? Like that event, like saying something like that just like spread. I can't even say it with a straight face, right? Because it's just so funny. But that shit spread through every circle. So it spread through like even like academic circles and Discord circles. But yeah, I definitely think not knowing about Twitch like held me back a bit. But yeah, so there's that. I'm still getting to it. I feel like there's still multiple other things that help me. But yeah, the amount of time I was dedicating to social media, and also just making sure my branding was consistent everywhere, trying to make my YouTube look as professional as possible, even though I knew nothing about the platform. Building a YouTube. I built a YouTube like a week into streaming. That quickly. Very, very helpful because YouTube has much better discoverability. Honestly, it is Vosh's fault. He really needs to stop going full hyperbole. I mean, he would tell you the same thing. But you know what? You know what's interesting? Is Vosh, first of all, like, for hearing this negative perception about Vosh, like, and I might lose some of the Destiny people here, and I still love Destiny. I reject the notion that I have to pick. Okay, I will not pick one. I almost said Daddy. It was really bad. But Vosh has been really nice to me behind closed doors. And I don't mean, like, I want, that sounded so creepy. I don't mean like that. I mean, he's been genuinely kind. Like, okay, we're not good friends or anything, right? But I was having, a bit of a panic attack about a month ago. No, like, so I was having this is like some real lore, right, with Vosh. So I was having a bit of a panic attack about a month ago because another streamer that will remain unnamed. I told you guys about this before. I think I streamed that day that it happened when that streamer really shit on me, right? It was really mean to me. Basically said all the fears that I feel like everyone thinks about me and said them out loud. And confirmed all my worst nightmares. Like, when you have social anxiety, it's like literally your worst nightmare. And it's like a significantly big streamer to say those things. Not like huge streamer, not like Hassan or something, but like a solid streamer that I'd watch their content and I admire them and all that stuff. So I was really hurt by the stuff, and they were aggressive with me out of nowhere. Like, I don't know if they had a bad day or something, or like what was going on, but it was like, boom, whiplash. And so anyways, so like afterwards, it's like for someone with social anxiety, you know, and who makes faux pas and stuff, this is like my nightmare in real life. Someone that I admire, that I watch their stream, like is being so mean to me all of a sudden. Maybe they're right. Maybe I am all those things. Like, what have I done to give that impression? And then, like, I spiraled into the whole self-hate cycle. Like, maybe they're right, etc. This is what everyone thinks about me. Especially that, like, that streamer was giving me, like, an impression, like, them and other streamers thought the same thing. You know? Like, they were like, we. They kept saying we. Which I felt like was, like, a subtly, like, shitty thing to kind of communicate. It wasn't buttfucker. I'm not going to say who it was, just, you know. But anyways, they kept saying, like, we, and it kind of was giving me the impression, like, I'm on the outs. Like, I'm, like, this new kid on the block, and there's this cool group, and I'm on the outs. And anyway, so, yeah, it made me feel really, really bad. I felt like a little kid in, like, school when, you know, they don't like, I don't know, it just felt bad. It's kind of pathetic, but whatever. It wasn't doofy. But anyways, so I'm feeling really shitty that day and really stressed out. And I'm basically, like, starting to have a panic attack. I'm like, oh my God, all the streamers, this is what they think about me. They think I'm all, like, terrible. And yeah, and I was just freaking out. And then I messaged Vosh because I was just like, I really admire Vosh. Over time, as I've gotten to know him, don't know him well. I wouldn't say we're, like, good friends or anything. We're just, like, casual, like, friendly acquaintances. And like, and I don't know what got me to do this, but I just messaged him on Twitter, like, out of nowhere. Cause I was just having, I was having a panic attack. I wasn't thinking rationally. Can you review this Bad Bunny take? Yeah, I'll review it soon. But anyways, so anyways, I messaged Vosh. Yeah, I think sometimes I actually think that the reason why I messaged him, I still don't know why, but my theory is why I messaged him at the time, out of, like, compared to anyone else, was probably because of that, I connected to him on that experience he told me during his interview. You know, the experience he talked about with his friend? Where, like, he was at, like, that camping trip and stuff. Like, or the cottage or whatever. Anyway, so I messaged him, and I just, like, laid out all my anxieties. Like, I broke every social rule you're supposed to, like, you know, you're supposed to do. I was just like, hey, Vosh, this is going to come off really weird, but, I, I'm kind of feeling really stressed right now because someone, like, another streamer told me this and this and this, and I'm feeling like everyone thinks this and this and this about me. And it's making me, like, and I'm just, like, and I just want to know if it's true, because if it is, then I want to work on it. Right? Like, is this please just let me know. Like, I promise I will take the criticism seriously. But, like, I'm just stressing out about it, and I'm not sure if it was true. Anyways, Vosh responds, like, almost right away. And he's like, and he immediately was like, no. He was just like, no. Eris, like, you need to be ambitious. Like, it is never apologize for being ambitious about your content. That's what he said. He said, like, because I was being criticized for being ambitious in my content with, like, you know, being called, like, a grifter and all of that stuff. And trying to grow fast and all of that stuff. And he told me, like, never apologize for that shit. Like, you did nothing wrong. No one thinks that about you. Like, it's total bullshit. Everyone I know has a good impression of you because you've been kind and made an effort to be kind to everyone. So, like, yeah. So don't take any of that bullshit. That's what he told me. And yeah, and that just immediately quelled tons of the anxiety. Because, of course, he's, like, one of the major streamers in this world, right? So if he didn't think this about me, then it felt like it was, like, solid. Like, this was not, like, a genuine criticism. You know. Why is there no Vosh mixed option? I should probably add that. Wait, is there a poll? Why is there a poll? Vosh, bad, rad, good, dad. Okay, I'll vote for dad. Jokes aside, I spend time here a lot, but you're my favorite. Aw, thanks, Rolling. Sometimes you joke with me hardcore that I'm not sure. Can you say a bit about what you mean by I relate to Vash's experience that he described on stream? Oh, Planet. He told this story about how he had like this friend group and this very, very close friend that he was always really close with. And that he, like, I guess committed some social faux pas or something like that. And then, like, the friend just totally ditched him afterwards. Something like that. I don't remember the details. But I remember it was like a story that most people wouldn't tell openly. And he told it really openly, and I really admired him for that. Yeah, it was personal and also casual at the same time. Like, it wasn't like this big, like, like abuse story or something. It was like this, subtle interaction that just happens with friends that was super relatable. He was too reliant on that one friend for validation, yeah. Yep, the interview is on YouTube. I encourage you to watch it. Even though it's demonetized. Very annoying. It connected to me too. I think we've all been somewhere in similar situations. Yep. That's true. Well, that's been my goal with doing these interviews is that, like, I was trying to make the streamers more and the people I interact with way more relatable. Because I really thought that if people had empathy for the people that they were interacting with, then maybe they weren't going to be so mean to them. Like, everyone was giving Vosh so much shit about the Israel comment. But, like, if you listen to my interview, you genuinely hear how much he regrets it. Like, he's so genuine when he says that shit. I don't know how you can watch that interview and come out thinking that, like, he's like an anti-Semite or whatever people called him afterwards. No advertisers for feeling sad. Wait, who's feeling sad? Well, you can't expect companies to support videos that talk about human feelings. Oh, okay. No, I think if we talked about harassment, I think that's why it got demonetized. It's perfectly healthy to be vulnerable and talk about your issues. Don't regret being human. Yeah. They still call him transphobe for literally no reason. Yeah, and that's like, and it's not just Vosh. Like, just in general, everyone's really mean to one another. I mean, just look at how mean both Vosh and Destiny have been to one another. It's a human trait. I've done it too. Like, look at how I talked about Bad Bunny. And I'm probably going to do it again. Okay, I should. But it's like a human trait. You get mad at someone, you say mean things, and it's online forever. And you have to, and it's interesting, like, I was really rude about Bad Bunny. I said some things I shouldn't have said because I was mad about her mistake, which I still stand by. I was really, really cringy, and not just cringy. I would consider it illegal. But anyways, we shall hold hands. But, like, even though I think her opinions, it's a reminder to criticize someone's opinions and not the person themselves. Because I found out soon afterwards, like, about Bad Bunny, that she was actually really willing to take criticism, that she's actually a really nice person behind closed doors from, like, a pretty trusted source. And that, like, and that she's actually, like, really willing to change her mind if she's, like, if she's wrong about something, and she gets things wrong all the time, and she wasn't as hard-lined as she comes off on her stream. Look at what she did to Mike from PA. What did she do for Mike from PA? I have no clue. Are you talking about the couch situation? I feel like when you stream, you lose a bit of control over how you present yourself to your audience. Yeah, that is true. I really like Bad Bunny from what I've seen of her. She seems pretty rad. Well, I really don't like how she talks about Israel and Palestine. And I definitely don't like how she talks about Hamas. But it was a reminder it was just a reminder to that, like, someone might have, like, a dumb take or something, but, like, God knows I have a billion dumb takes myself. That, like, there's still a human being behind that, and there's a reason why that human being is the way they are and all that stuff. Be ruthless to systems, kind to individuals, to paraphrase the late microbooks. Yep, that is good. The couch situation was one of them. Wait, what else did she do to Mike from PA? Like, I don't even know. Oh, my mod tools closed when I refreshed earlier. Sorry, that was a genuine mistake. What happened? It would be so cool if all left YouTube massively organized for midterms to get Democrats elected. That would be amazing. I think she organized the Twitch politics dinner at some con years ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard she doesn't interact, so she hasn't really, like, interacted with any of the Twitch politics kind of circles that I've encountered. She was genuinely just a bully to him. Yeah, I have no clue about that. This video is a good example of the kind of emotional manipulation she pulled on Mike. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, like, I don't doubt. I'm sure she's done some shitty things. I really don't like her take on Hamas. But I got someone told me a totally different impression of her. And it's from someone I trust. So it just shows how, like, someone can give off, like, a totally different vibe. And maybe I just got this really shitty, bad impression. Maybe you guys got a shitty, bad impression. It's not a genuine one. Who knows? But it's just like a reminder to take everything that you do and say with a grain of salt. What's her take on Hamas? Probably that it's a symbol of Jewish oppression or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Clancy, thanks so much for following the channel. She has this personality of banter, but Mike doesn't take it well. Mr. Blackthorn, is that how you pronounce your name? Thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Guys, remember, please give me that Prime sub. It really means the world to me. If you give me that special Prime, okay? It means a lot. And I need your subs, especially this month. I didn't stream a lot this month, because of those issues I talked to you guys about, so I'm having a harder time. No wonder she was associated. Oh my god, Boy Meets! Thank you so much for gifting those subs! Boy Meets, you are always there. You're always there. Thank you. Fucking hype. Maybe we're starting a hype train. You already used it on Prime. You gave Prime K's a Prime sub? How dare you? Shame. I was actually just hanging out with Prime before this stream. I like her openness about being far right in the past. It's refreshing to see people. Oh, hey, Zelda. Hey, you look pretty. Zelda just got groomed. Does it give you something? Well, if you sub with Prime, yeah, it does. It gives me more subs, and I need them to survive and eat. Groomed? Can you even talk about that like that on Twitch? Oh my god, shut up. Okay. Yeah, Zelda just got groomed because I had to get her groomed today, even though grooming is expensive. Because she diarrhea pooped all over her butt. Like, she's got a lot of fur. Like, a lot of fur everywhere. So when she gets diarrhea, it's a messy affair, okay? It's not fun. Once I can justify Twitch spending, I'll sub Prime on your channel. Cool, I appreciate it. If you ever do, like, an in-person stream, can you carry Zelda, like how Vosh holds a... Yeah, I will, 100%. Don't worry, Iris, once my Denims sub expires on the 27th, it's going to you. Aw, I love Denims, though. I love Denims. Just, guilt someone into buying you a sub for them. Zeldy, you look so pretty. Oh, she looks so pretty. I'm gonna take a photo for you guys, post on Twitter. Yeah, she literally just ran over to me to show me how pretty she looks. The take I asked you to review before is probably one of the most irresponsible takes she's given concerning Hamas. Okay, here, yeah. Yeah, feel free to send it. I've watched a bunch of stuff, and I know that when she talks about Hamas, it's really irresponsible. It's hard for me not to get emotional because I've lost people to Hamas. And I mean, like, Hamas literally advocates for my genocide, so I don't know. Hey, thanks for the kisses, Zeldy. Thank you. I'll sub once you earn my respect by debating Stephen Coward. When are we getting Aristocracy TV? Okay, I'm actually working... I'm doing aristocracy.tv, alright? Because I'm a hipster. like that. And I'm doing my own website. I didn't want to use the same code because like everyone's using the same stuff, and it's probably just gonna start to get old at some point. So like I wanted to do my own thing, especially like I'm trying to make something more very interactive, where you guys can like fully interact with my stream. It's so used for good reason. Oh yeah, it's an excellent site. It's an excellent site. That's why if I end up totally failing with my own site, I might end up still using it. But why pay for all that? Oh, like I'm getting help from one of my friends, and we're just coding it together. He's a really excellent coder. What happened with the debate you were gonna do with Destiny against Mel? Did she run away? Yeah, she did. That was one of the things that kind of upset me last week because I got ditched like 4 times. You're not like other streamers, right? Yeah, I'm a hipster like that, Carlos. I'm a hipster like that. Okay, Zeldy, if you're gonna be up here, no diarrhea poop up here. No diarrhea poop on the carpet. Alright? I cleaned it all up. Also, you can use parts of the code, like remaking the whole chat. Yeah, I might see, like, because it's totally open source, I might see, like, what I can borrow. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed about that. I got ditched so many times. Being ditched is, like, the worst feeling in the world. Like, the worst feeling. Is your website going to be open? My website will, God knows, will not be open source. I'm going to hide that shit like, you know, fucking hide a jewel. Maybe I might share it with some streamers or something that I trust, but I'd be really careful about making something open source, because when you make something really open source, there's obviously a ton of positives with it, but it also really opens you up. It's like for like security issues. It's almost like having, like, to a hacker, it's almost like just putting like a full map of like leading you to all your your expensive jewelry. That feel when you schedule a debate and they just want to be debate bros. Yep. Being ditched on my birthday. That is the worst. That's happened to me too, CTZ. Okay. Yeah, being ditched on like some kind of holiday. Like, yeah, when I get ditched, I literally feel like a child being ditched on my birthday. Like, it totally reminds me of how that feels, and I feel really sad. If you build it, you should offer it as a service to other streamers. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, if it ends up being really cool and interactive. Are we going to review the Seder Crowder debate today? Yep, I'm going to be watching it soon. But yeah, I don't know who Sim Cedar is. But yeah, so I have like, so anyways, I think I covered most of the things that I think made me successful in under a month. I think honestly, the big 2 things, like to summarize, the big things is I had built a community outside of Twitch, right? I think that's a really big thing. And the second one was I fucking grinded. Like, I took it seriously. I created a strict schedule. I dedicated a lot of time. I treated myself like I was a super professional streamer, even though I wasn't. And sometimes you fake it till you make it. Like, you make your own destiny like that. Those are like the 2 big things. There's other little small things, like obviously, it's not a small thing, but just making sure that your content is good quality. Like, number 1, when you're doing anything creatively, never just turn on a camera or turn on it and expect that somehow people are going to watch you. Like, you need to earn every view. Like, if I look at the viewers right now, I'm trying to earn every single one of you. Every single second. Like, yeah, like I'm trying to earn every single one of you. It's really, really important to me. Oh, wow. I just realized that. I just looked at my event. I just saw someone watches me. That's actually super cool. But I try to earn every view. That's really, really important. So, like, I'm making sure that my content is, like, is high quality. I'm making sure that, you know, I'm trying to bring something totally new to streaming. Like, so many people just come here and they just want to do like exactly what, say, Irrelevant does. Irrelevant's really good at what he does. You know, so it's like, so if you want to come in and like, you better think that you can do it better than he can. Right? Which is hard. And then on top of that, he's already got, even if you do better than he can, he's got a head start on you. So to me, it makes much more sense. And he's just a random example that I could think of. Is like, try to just do something totally new. Like, bring something new to the table that other people don't have. And I think that that's what I tried to do. Like, there was just no history streamer before. Though she's coming from a law perspective. Do you know RGR? Her research streams are, yeah, I do know her. Her research streams are great. I think she's in law school too, right? Yeah, but anyways, so the like, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But yeah, she's very, very smart too. Yeah, I think she gets pretty intense about some subjects. I don't agree with her takes on progressive left stuff. But I think like the just trying to bring something new with a new perspective is good. Like, for example, her thing is making evidence-based arguments for like leftist causes, or I guess like liberal causes, right? Because she's not technically a leftist. And that was unique. Like, trying to defend like, you know, trans theory with like full evidence, you know, and just focusing on the evidence in like a very rational, legal way. That was unique. That's like it's just important. You gotta like think like you can't just want to stream just to stream. You've got to be bringing something. You got to be contributing something. And it can't just be your unique personality. Because everyone here has a perfect personality, okay? Yeah, I know about that drama. That was super sad. Demon Mama is one of my good friends behind the scenes. And yeah, that really hurt her. But yeah. There's I know with Demon Mama, one of the things that helps her grow was how she did the same thing. Like, she's like really try hard, really try hard. Like, she takes herself seriously. I don't mean like in a bad way. Like, I don't mean like she, you know, she thinks she's saving the world or something. I don't mean that. I mean like she takes her stream seriously. She like plans out her show. She holds it to a high standard. She always goes through. I mean, I've stolen some shit from her, right? Where she introduces her show in a very unique way, where she goes through like point by point of what they're going to be going through. And she always has like names for certain segments of her show. Like, she takes that, like, she really takes the entertainment to a serious level. She's like a professional. So even if you don't like her debate style, I always tell people, like, tons of people don't like her debate style. That's fine, right? When we debated, I didn't get a great impression that first time either. So it's not usually a good time to judge someone. But I would encourage you to watch her stream, because if you watch her stream, you're like, wow, this girl is a fucking entertainer. Like, there's just some people that are just like, they're not treating this like just turning on a camera, you know, like they're here to present entertainment to you, and they're facilitating a professional show for you. She's one of those streamers. She's one of the few streamers that I could sit down and I can literally like eat. I call it eat watching. You know, when you like eat a meal and you like put on your favorite show? Like, she's one of the few people I can do that for. The DM Destiny, I try to sort out things between them because I love them both. Angie streams for 10 hours a day. Yep, it's true. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to bring something new to the table. Like, bring something different from a different perspective, or have a different style. Like, I mean, look at Prime, right? One of the ways he's so successful is he does these chaotic panels. And the panels can be the most cancerous thing. But at the same time, through cancer can sometimes come this jewel. Like, sometimes you get like, you're watching a Prime panel, and then like, just there's this beautiful conversation that happens, and it's like it's a special rare moment, but I feel like it needs to happen organically, and it can't happen in like those really tight organized panels. It needs to happen like in these like it needs to happen organically, and he's really good at facilitating that. And yeah, you have to go through a lot of like cancer to get there, but that's part of the charm. He's bringing something new. It's chaos, right? If you want a really organized, non-chaotic panel, with people like calmly disagreeing with one another and stuff, you go to Dylan Burns, right? Hippy Dippy. He's an excellent moderator. Like, they do something super different style. And that's how they can both coexist. They were doing the same thing, be a different story. Did you just argue cancer? Sometimes good. No comment. DM seems genuinely based, but she can come across pretty bad sometimes, and she seems very stubborn, not good at engaging with nuance. Yeah, okay. If you talk to her like behind the scenes, or because I didn't get a great impression initially. I think initially we were debating, and we can watch a stream of it. I should react to this shit sometime, like as opposed, because I've changed so much since then. Okay, shut up, CJ4. No, don't. Honestly, the fact that Prime manages to do what he does is fucking excellent. But anyways, what was I saying about doing one? But yeah, like she strawmanned me, and I really hate getting strawmanned, so that really got to me. But when I got to know her privately, super cool, and she's grown. She's changed a lot since that initial debate. She takes criticism. She really treats debates similarly to how Dylan views them, like wrestling performances. Yeah, that's not my style of debating. That's why I don't debate her, but that's totally fine. I can appreciate her in another way. And honestly, she's primarily a streamer. But yeah, like everyone's kind of they bring something new. They bring something new to the table, and that's really, really important. There's a lot of people I see that just try to do the same thing. Like, they just want to do what Destiny does. Like, I hate to break it to people, but like, Destiny is the best at what he does. He's a really fucking smart guy. He's good at games. He's good at balancing the two. He's an excellent debater. And he just does his own thing really, really well. And if you noticed, like, Vosh does something very different. They have very different styles. It's not just politics. And I think that's why the two can kind of coexist. Like, you have to bring something unique. What does Destiny do, really, though? I mean, you can disagree with me. She should get a buggy silk wrestling robe. Oh. What pulled me into Vosh is that he sounds like a scumbag, but with good values and opinions. Yeah, well, he's... I think Vosh just comes off really, like a... I don't know. To me, he comes off like a really good person underneath it. And he's also smart. I would like to... And he's got really good rhetoric. I would like to stream, but in Spanish, but I don't really think there's a market for that in Mexico. You'd be surprised. I mean, you could do a stream where you do it both in Spanish and English. People might like that if they're trying to learn Spanish. Good at games. Have you seen his League play? I don't know. I've heard he's good at games. He told me he used to play StarCraft or something. I don't know. I think there's a fair amount of people I am extremely critical of because they are totally smart enough to work with clarifications and arguments, but they just pivot back to the initial opponent. Yeah, that is definitely true. I've seen Destiny make sober takes in debates, and he seems to push back on aggressive right-wing people. He speaks a lot of authority. Yep. Something that I really admire Destiny about is just how like steadfast he is, and how quickly he can translate knowledge into a formal argument. Very, very good at that. And he thinks on the fly. He's like very witty. He's got what they call wit. Like, I get nervous. I'm normally really good at banter, but I can't banter with him because he's just like, it's just intimidating. He's just too witty. It's overwhelming. I'm still astounded how eloquently Vosh can speak right off the cuff. Yep. He does. But yeah, I'm not trying to turn this into like, oh, like, look at all these great streamers. They're all amazing, right? I'm just trying to explain that you can't, like, just expect success to come to you, right? Like, you've got to bring something new to the table. Like, if someone wants to stream and they want to do exactly what I'm doing with the same style, the same focus, like, and the same, like, content, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a much hard time. I mean, I hope so. Because if not, I'm doing my job badly. But yeah, like, it's just, you got to bring something new. You got to bring something new. Listen, I streamed once. Where is my fame and my money? Yeah, those are my tips. Those are my most important tips, like, about streaming. But yeah, the biggest thing I could just tell you is just, like, you know, I mean, being measured with expectation, sure. But sometimes you just gotta shoot, you know, you gotta shoot for the moon. Okay? I'm gonna be corny. I don't give a fuck. You lose all the shots you don't take. Okay, I will read every inspirational quote right now. Okay? Okay, Googling inspirational quote Pinterest. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Do not give your past the power to define your future. That's not a good one. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. What the fuck does that mean? Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. No. Okay, I really don't like some of these. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. That's a good one. Do you have a Discord server independent of CC, especially for streaming? No, CC is my streaming server. It's like a balance between the both. But there's a whole section on CC just for my streaming. Any tips on what to do if March largest streamer promised? Okay, rolling, stop it. You missed 100% of the shots you don't take, Leah. Yeah. CC is my Discord server, Cali Open Club. That's how I got my start. You should join it. It's a great community. It's a great way to, you know, it's a great place that you can build up a reputation too. That you can grow and have good intellectual conversations. But I want to learn about who the Sam Seder person is. I've heard a lot about him. Apparently, I don't know, like, apparently he's someone. I'm too much of a boomer, but for Discord minutes. Well, on CC, we've got a lot of older people compared to most Discords. We've got a lot of people. But yeah. It's open. What happened with all my clips? Okay. Let's get this working. Why isn't this working? I'm still amazed at how pathetic Crowder is. I didn't even know Crowder was like involved with modern stream. I thought he was like one of those radio voices or something. All right. I'm gonna build my sim house and we're gonna watch this shit. How big should I make the video, guys? Like, I mean, because then you can't see the, like, here. That's good. That's good size. Okay. Yeah, because you guys don't really need to see it. You just want to hear it.
Welcome, everybody, to a very special episode of the H3 Podcast. Today's my first ever debate.
Thunder Scout, thank you so much for subscribing
Steven
to Prime.
Crowder, thank you very much. Thank you. Steven Crowder.
Please stand up.
Who's standing up?
Ethan, please stand up.
Ethan, oh, man.
Ethan, please stand up.
Who am I to disobey our
Klein.
great, glorious leader?
Really funny.
Crowder challenged me to a debate. He called me a layup. He said I was
It's Maritimer.
stupid.
Thank you so much for subscribing.
Well, Steven, I think the debate speaks for itself.
It's fucking amazing.
Steven Crowder, for those of you that don't know, is probably one of the most hateful, bigoted people on the platform.
It's
racist, homophobic. I mean, pretty much hits every box. We made this big, beautiful compilation of some of his greatest hits, but it's actually so heinous and offensive that YouTube age restricted the first upload of our video. So that all is available for our members, with the whole compilation and everything, which is, adds a lot of atmosphere.
Yeah,
but for the sake of this version, we had to cut all of that out. But
thanks for the lovely stream as always.
He is, let's just take my word for it in that case, a giant douche. Well, my tiff with Steven came when he said that our clip about COVID, when we were saying it's okay to listen to scientists, said it was his favorite clip of all time. We went back and forth for people who have been following, and Steven boldly challenged me to a debate and a video titled, Your Move, Ethan.
I will invite you on the show, Ethan Klein. I will have I'll follow you on Twitter. I will have Darren, my booker, reach out.
No, I don't know anything about it.
Darren's his dad, by the way.
HD.
Just say your dad, bro. He keeps trying to hide that it's his dad. You guys will get more info about the dad. But Darren's his dad.
We usually go after political figures.
It's really funny. Like streamers will always say, like, "Oh, my team, my producer," but it's like often
usually those are the people who
it's literally the person they're
debate.
sleeping
Change
with.
my mind is
It's
not
their
a debate.
parent.
We've
It's their
had politicians, scientists, Pulitzer winners, and every now and then a layup crosses our path. Who we just kind of like the shtick that you're
What's a
only
layup?
capable
What
of.
does that mean?
Now, in our original video about Crowder, we had noticed that he had reached out to me to book me on his show. And he was kind of butthurt that I ghosted him all this time. And in this video, he claims here that he never reached out to a booker and that I'm lying about it. So here's what he says about that.
I'm going to assume that you didn't blatantly lie in some of the things that you said, that you're just really lazy or incapable of your due diligence. So you said we'll get to a female booker reached out to you for the show. Hey, Gerald, have I ever had a female booker?
That's a no.
Never, ever. Now you're either lying.
We don't work with women on this show.
Yeah. Of course, he's never had a female booker.
So that's impossible.
Or you're so lazy. Because I don't want to bully you, and then you go and try and get us moved. You're so lazy, you didn't even just verify the fact that it was complete.
Well, you know what? I took this to heart. So I said, you know what, Steven? I am going to look into this. I found the email that was sent to me. It was very professional. And it still had her social media contacts on it.
I'm sorry.
And so I followed her down on Instagram, and I said, hey, blank, did you ever do booking for Louder with Crowder? I'm just trying to verify that this email I got from you inviting me on the show is real or not. Thanks. Here's the email, by the way. Super professional. Definitely a real email, by the way.
I can't tell if he's being sarcastic.
She immediately responded to me. She said, yes, I did booking for him years ago for a few months. I'm not quite sure whose contact you'd have now. I know his dad does his booking for him, though. Let me know if you need it to try to find his contact.
No, don't be sorry.
Interesting that she knows that detail.
That
makes me think that is very real. And that he's lying about inviting me on his show. How odd. Well, yeah, and while we're talking about lying, Steven, why don't you tell him that you never filed a lawsuit?
What I suspect is it's probably not a lie. He probably genuinely forgets. Honestly,
tell us if you filed that.
Majority of these
against
conflicts
YouTube,
and drama,
Steven. Come
it's
on,
like
be honest with your
it's just a misunderstanding.
And Steven says he doesn't want to bully me, but here he goes on to say this, and I am feeling very insecure now that Steven has taken a shot at me.
Wait, the Kleenex.
Let me just say, first of all, you have.
Hold on a second.
We were making fun of the fact that Steven had Kleenex on his table, which is pretty funny. Let's be honest. He's sitting there with gun holsters and tissue. I mean, what is he crying every second? So listen to this.
Get out of here. That's due to allergies. Okay. So I had a bronchial thing, which is community guidelines in immutable condition. It's genetic.
You think you're so masculine.
Don't put the tissue on your desk. It's funny. All right, don't get so twisted up. Look how twisted he gets about me laughing about him crying all the time. He needs a box of tissue on his desk.
But I guess there's a ceasefire here, so we can talk about any genetic conditions like the lack of chin, lack of beard, 120-pound man wearing the Cinderella bandana on his head.
That one I didn't get. What's the 120-pound man? Cinderella.
Why do people just make fun of one another's looks?
If he's talking about me, I'm.
Why is that still considered? Like people get canceled for the most tiny things, yet they still can just make fun of one another's looks.
Well,
like,
anyway,
like
can he compensate with the beard that he uses just for men, or the eyebrow phrase like E.T. in the cornfield? It's so stupid, bro. The point is,
I always think it's like
he's probably a
hilarious
neo-Nazi,
when people
really? I thought he was just
actually go to the debase themselves to making fun of my Tourette's.
You guys, look at this house I'm
it's
building.
like, well, okay,
I'm building an old money house. Okay?
I really got you hard with the tissue thing, bro. Just don't put the tissue on. I can't hide my Tourette's.
You fired the first volley by making fun of his allergies. So.
Your allergies, dude. Poor
Which you
Steven
didn't
Crowder
actually
has a disability.
Yeah, we didn't realize he had a disability like that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro.
Ableist.
I had all that coming. Yeah. I am deeply offended, though, at the bullying portrayed, and I take absolute cross with that. You know, and Dan had this one moment that actually went a little bit viral in the political community that Stephen notably ignored during our tit for tat. I'll play it for you here, and this is where I'm leading to.
A lot of people, but just because I feel like there's a decent chance Steven Crowder will see this, and this will be the only time that I get to say this. Debate Sam Seder, dude. Stop being such a pussy. I know that your dad doesn't want you to.
Okay, when they hire these these producers,
but that was a long
do
time
they always
ago.
make sure that they can talk
You're
to
3
them
years
on
older
camera?
now. It's time. It's time to debate Sam. So.
And notably, he doesn't include this. He watches the whole clip, but not the debate Sam Seder.
Weird he didn't cover that part. He went into a lot of detail on everything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, exhaustive detail.
Huh.
Now, who
It
is
looks like
Sam
a European
Seder?
townhouse, but wider.
Sam Seder is the host
Yeah,
of a
it's kind of
political
inspired by, like, a London.
left-leaning show called The Majority Report. Has 1 million subs. He's a big channel. Crowder famously backed out of a scheduled debate with Sam at Politicon, earning him the name Cold Feet Crowder at the behest of his dad. Sam secretly recorded the phone call with the organizer of the event, who exposed Crowder. Here's the call.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
I think you're bigger. Yeah, I don't know what his team is doing around him, and that's just for me to speculate at this point. I don't know.
He has a team. He has a whole team, and he won't do it. He can bring the team.
I believe it's his father, but I can't confirm or deny that.
By the way, everyone seems to be confirming that it's his dad doing all this shit behind the scenes somehow.
You're going to plant some weed? Yeah, of course.
So people speculate that he actually backed out of the debate because Sam is actually, an informed, good debater.
Might have some racism
and they were afraid that, Crowder would look like an idiot. And so he backed out at the last minute at the behest of his father. The thing is, he's happy to challenge me, somebody that has no political knowledge, very little. I don't spend my day talking and thinking about politics, nor am I a debater, nor am I, let's be honest, intelligent. Sophie, right?
I love him saying that. Like,
So
he just
with
has
all
to
that
add
being
that.
said,
Like, if the no debater
we
was
figured,
enough,
let's get someone
it's just
who
like,
is
nor am
familiar
I
with the
intelligent.
topics, who does spend their time thinking about politics, and who is, unlike me, smart. So we've got a little surprise for Steven Crowder. So let's all enjoy the debate.
I'm really glad to have my next guest on the show, and I've always said this. I always respect people who enter into the arena. And we've had a lot of debates on this show, which is different from like a Change My Mind, where we sit down and have conversations. But my old Brazilian jiu-jitsu coach always said, if you come a switch, we go switch. You go spicy, we're going to do a little spicy. So we always try and keep it as respectful as possible. And I really do appreciate the guy making the time, because a lot of people has a huge YouTube channel, several YouTube channels, one of the OGs. A lot of people watch him. You know him. Some of you like him. Some of you don't. Same can be said for me. Ethan Klein from H3.
You do not appreciate my landscaping. Get out. Okay?
Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
Look how cute it is.
Which is fine. And I think you're right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh no.
All right. So,
Dan,
what we were going to talk about is what we were going to talk about is the initial quote that happened.
Don't call that
I think
out.
he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC.
They even have a pool.
And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe. And we talked about this through Playful Living and an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder! What a fucking nightmare! I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy.
The way he said, I had no idea. It almost
this is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave. Remember I told you. I said this is. I guarantee you, he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with mental health issues.
Steven,
Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own fighting.
I gotta say,
It's just hilarious. Let's bring on FM.
You would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you made at the beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan.
was,
Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
Not just attempting to get
Seder.
your audience by jumping in.
Well, I debated with Charlie Kirk. Stephen, I mean, it's about issues. Let's talk about those issues.
That's what you're doing here.
Valid points.
You're so clever. I had no idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts on.
I wish everything.
You take those off for the velveteen.
You could tell he's so defensive.
Worried about this, Stephen. I I don't know why.
No one's worried about it.
So
Sam. I didn't want to do it.
Let's have
Sam,
the debate.
come on. I'll tell you what. I have a general
This is a
rule.
great opportunity.
I don't start a debate based with people on a lie. And how about you get
sabotaging?
How about you get
Stephen,
to
show yourself, you coward. Stephen, show yourself. Don't show your co-host.
Ethan, you should show yourself.
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Why is he showing
Stephen, Stephen, you are such a coward. Stop showing your little leprechaun co-host who comes out dressed like your sidekick.
Ethan, why do you have to bring on a
Show Stephen.
30th of the viewership of
the saddest thing I've ever heard. So you have a guy with less viewers to come on to debate him because you can't?
Well, obviously, if I'm a layup and not a debater.
So I wish my stream
You're the one
the one that got angry about it.
Show Stephen. Don't be such a coward.
All right, hold on. Let me hear what Pig Pen has to say here really quick.
Sam Seder's kind of good looking.
Ethan, look, I don't. Hold on a second, Ethan. This is because initially I came on here to talk with Ethan. Ethan, come on, man. Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Seder is the same reason that Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't own anything. It's based on a lie, Ethan. Just like you claiming my Ethan.
What's the lie?
You claiming my booker reached out to you, Ethan, when you know that's not true. There's no one ducking you, Sam.
I've never afraid.
Sam,
I think you're a smart guy.
I can call out Mike Tyson.
Understand why
it doesn't mean that I'm ducking him.
So worried about this.
Why do you feel that anyone, Sam? Why do you feel that anyone owes you airtime when you have a 40th of the audience and you've been doing the show?
I don't think anybody owes me airtime. I think that Ethan has just given it to me. I didn't ask him for it, and so
you've been begging for a long time with everyone bigger than yourself.
He
can't build an audience, and so what happens is he uploads 15 times more. Has less than a 50th of the audience.
Well, that's why he wants to debate you, is so he can build his.
Sam, come on. Your audience cares that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7 million subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question? Sure. You want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben Shapiro's and Dave Rubin.
Who I am.
Now
why are they being so harsh? This is so mean. Someone said these things to me, I would cry.
Students, every day that you do that, change my mind.
Hold on a second.
They don't know who those college students are.
This is another lie. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows on the show, right? We've had professors on the.
How did you know I ended my show early last week, Stephen? If your audience doesn't even know me.
Because you're an idiot. And half of your staff doesn't like you.
How did he know?
I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because he's a diehard fan. I've heard of you, but I just met you.
Why not?
Congratulations, Sam Seder's fan.
Stephen, have a conversation. I will talk about
every time I try and talk, you're interrupting, Sam.
Stephen.
Right now, I'm trying to talk with you. You're interrupting, Sam.
You bombarded the show.
Okay,
you bombarded my show under a false pretense. You claimed that just like you claimed that I ducked the debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told me.
Oh, is that what they told you? Well, so you're just lazy with your research?
And if big tech is,
you continue with the lie. You need to research to say, did Stephen ever accept?
They said you were.
Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Let me explain. Hey, whoa, Sam.
And you literally
Sam, sweetheart. Sam, fake stand-up comic who
I hate it when you call him
about
sweetheart.
Let me
I
finish.
hate that shit.
Oh, you're
my
not?
God.
Okay, that makes sense because
you know,
everything
I once
that
was
I've seen is
debating a
incredibly
Nazi and he called me
unfunny and unentertaining.
sweetheart.
Which may explain the audience.
Ironic. Irony alert, Stephen.
Comedian.
My stuff, Stephen, you think that your audience
can I answer your question?
Appreciate our discussing things.
Samuel, can I answer your question?
Samuel,
yes.
Oh my God.
So you have gone on, you've done the same thing with other comments. Everyone has a bigger audience.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
Because
Sorry.
you said, I want to speak with Steven Crowder. You believe that at some point there was some acceptance? When have I ever done a Politicon?
Yeah, I made it quieter.
As a matter of fact, in the last decade,
what I was saying is like I hate it when someone calls me sweetheart. That's my biggest pet peeve. Like I was one time debating a fascist, okay, and he calls me sweetheart in the middle. He called me sweetheart like right in the middle. And I was like, oh no, you don't fucking call me sweetheart. That is not fucking cool. Okay, and then I just went ham on him, destroyed him with facts and logic, as one does. This shit is toxic. Yeah, it is. It is deflecting, gaslighting. He's really upset. Like I'm actually kind of shocked. He's supposed to be like the super manly dude. He's not. He's not coming off super manly. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Is there a place where I could see your debates with fascists? At some point I need to find all of them. There's some recordings, but they're mostly in Discords. Just don't worry, you're pretty out of this, sweetheart.
In the last decade, I haven't done a single political conference. I hosted CPAC for 4 years and stopped because they suck. They don't pay and they're full of losers. And you've been clamoring for it.
Oh my God, the way you said that he's so mean.
How can you say that
this is just hearsay and gossip?
The fact that he just cares about clout and numbers is so pathetic.
When he wants to keep debating.
I don't need to talk about any of this.
All right,
let's talk about the issue.
So Ethan, do you want to have a conversation, Ethan?
Let's talk
about the vaccine because
Ethan, do you want to have a conversation? You're going to hide.
Absolutely, I do.
So why are you hiding behind Seder?
Oh no, me and Sam are aligned. I'm not hiding. He just
you're just a liar.
So you're a liar.
Because remember we said, hold on a second.
I mean, it sort of feels like you guys are the ones who are hiding.
Really?
No.
This is actually
who snuck in on you?
Who's the guy who never appears on stage, never does a live show,
but it's
never even sheds it, never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding. Everything we do is out in the open. H3.
Steven, you're wearing a holster.
We agreed.
So what?
Hold on a second. Yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you.
Well, no, you're talking about comedy.
That's a debate strategy.
That's not very funny.
You have a holster, bro.
Also, your sponsor is Spartan.
He takes advantage of mentally ill women for a show.
Main sponsor is about gay boy love.
Okay.
All of it.
All right, Sam. You got it. You got it. I hope you have a wonderful highlight reel.
Hold on. Let me just make one point.
Hope you enjoy Politicon.
Hold on. Let me make one point, Steven.
Take it easy.
Steven, don't bail.
Guys, I appreciate it.
Don't bail, you coward.
Hey, Sam, one thing before I go. Can you take off your glasses?
Hold on.
One thing before I go. Can you take off your glasses?
We just want to see.
I just want to see if you take them off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only thing I'm curious about. It's the only interesting part about it.
Or if there's a soul.
Let's debate.
Take off the glasses.
Let's debate, Steven.
Don't hide behind the glasses.
Don't be a coward.
Don't say let's debate, Ethan. You've lost.
Coward.
Debate
the issues. What does it matter who you debate, coward?
All right, good. You guys are good. Thank you. Won't even take off the glasses.
I was right.
This is
you can give it the
You run away twice. Cold.
What does that mean? The Velveteen? I didn't get that part. It's a BDI Jew joke. Sam Seder is Jewish and he's saying that he has beady black eyes. Oh my God. Like, are you sure this isn't just like... You're sure that he's like, this is like full of, for sure, anti-Semitic? You really... Because like, I don't want to say that it's just... Let's see.
Coward. All right, good. You guys are good. Thank you.
Coward.
Won't even take off the glasses.
I was right.
All right, yeah. You can
hold on.
One thing before I go. Can you take off your glasses?
We just want to see.
I just want to see if you take them off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only.
Velveteen rabbit buttons. Yeah, it's a joke about beady eyes, and I don't think it's anti-Semitic. Okay.
Only thing I'm curious about. It's the only interesting part about it.
Or if there's a soul.
Let's debate.
Take off the glasses.
Let's debate, Stephen.
Don't hide behind the glasses.
Don't be a coward.
Don't say let's debate, Ethan. You've lost
coward.
Debate
the issues. What does it matter who you debate, coward?
All right, good. You guys are good. Thank you.
Coward.
Won't even take off the glasses.
I was right.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Tiberius, I saw it.
You run away twice. Cold feet again.
Come on, Stephen.
Wow. Wow. Dude, I can't believe he admit to following.
He admitted that he followed.
Should have just done the debate. Like, that would have gotten so many views. You should have just done it.
We got him. Dude, we played him so hard because he literally was following. He saw that you went live, dude. We fucking got him.
Oh, my God. We fucking nailed him.
Yeah, Seattle Cedar must be so happy. This is like a big moment for him.
So do you want to respond to... Here, you want to throw him up, Dan? Do you want to respond to anything he said now that he's not talking over you?
Well,
Cool.
I mean, look, he's obviously lying about the idea that he wouldn't want to do a debate with me because his audience wouldn't know. Here's a guy who literally tracked my show last week because he was afraid that this would happen. Here's a guy who claims to have watched, I don't know what it is he said he watched, but he's not worried about audience not knowing who he's debating because he sits down with random college kids and sandbags them on their campus. I have the recording from Politicon when they called and he backed out. I have emails from Gavin McGinnis, whose show I would have never gone on, except he offered up a debate with Crowder, and Crowder left. And so, I think Stephen is afraid of debating somebody. Look, I do a political show every day. It's dry,
I don't.
It's boring,
it's obvious.
and you don't.
Yeah, exactly. And so if he wants
afraid.
to debate the issues, what's the difference between me and anybody in the
Cedar actually
world?
pre-recorded part of the live show when this happened because
only that he is
Crowder was
convinced
following
that
him and was
for
afraid
whatever
to appear
reason
anywhere if Sam
he's
was
nervous about debating
Oh,
me.
wow.
I don't know why. I don't know why that's the case.
But
I debated Charlie Kirk.
So this was
at
like a
Politicon.
full
It
bamboozle.
was fine. I thought Kirk did a fairly
That's
good
crazy.
job. I think Stephen's not a total idiot, but I also do think he's a bit of a liar.
I mean, yeah, we even went through the effort of tracking down this claim that he never booked us for the show. I mean, here's the email, super professional. So I was like, I reached out to the girl. She said, I said, did you send me this email? She said, yes, I did. Years ago, for a few months, I worked for Steven Crowder booking. I'm not quite sure who you'd contact now. I know his dad does the booking for him. Let me know if you need me to try to find you. How would she know that if she didn't work for them?
What's funny is that when the Politicon, when the woman from Politicon called me, she also mentioned that his dad, she said his team, I think Stephen got cold feet, his team pulled him out. And I said, wait, he's got a team? And he said, well, his dad.
Right.
And, I mean, I called my dad to see if he could call Stephen's dad.
Oh, no.
To see if Stephen would debate me, like on some type of play date. But my father reminded me that I was a grown man and I should probably handle it myself.
Oh, that's funny. My dad is actually Zooming with his
It's
dad
funny,
later
like,
today
these
to
guys are
debate this
leftists, but
very
they're still,
topics.
all
You know
these
what
guys,
else
they
he
always
lied about?
participate in dick,
filing this
like,
lawsuit.
in dick measuring.
There's no lawsuut he ever filed, at least that I can find in the
Always
public
about the
record,
dick
which
measuring.
lawsuits are public record. So he is a liar, as far the evidence does suggest.
Yeah, and the thing is that, they go on and on about getting demonetized from YouTube or whatever it is, and they never, for them, it's really just a way of generating clicks. There are
the same with
policies.
the lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, there are policies that you could pursue, but he can't ever address those because his ideology is such that there's no way for him to address it as a policy matter. So because as a policy matter, he'd have to agree that there needs to be government regulation of these things, and he doesn't believe in government regulation. And so he just goes out there and makes it as if it's like conservatives are somehow being oppressed, as opposed to...
It's actually not true at all. Everybody who talks about these issues, if they're taking a conservative or liberal stance on them, they're all getting demonetized equally. The fact that the fact that Stephen wants to go out there and do a mock execution of George Floyd and then bewildered when his channel gets
oh my God,
when his
definitely.
videos get demonetized.
Holy
It's
shit.
quite surprising. To
That's
me
a
that he
surprise.
would
Thank
even
you so
be
much for those gift
feigned
subs.
surprised at that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we get, I don't know.
I think I've seen you at the stream before. I really appreciate
Demonetization
that.
is for our videos. It happens.
There's
We
the
just
chimney
don't
for the
whine
fireplace.
about it like
Right.
they do and
The
use it to
chimney
generate
is
clicks.
right here.
It's because we're willing to talk about topics
there's a
that
chimney.
we
All
know.
right.
I mean,
You
we
don't
don't
get
do
a gummy.
shit like what Crowder does that are just out and out racist and homophobic, but we will talk about
Thank
protests.
you,
We will
Dev,
talk
not so
about
much for those gift
you know,
subs. I really
political
appreciate
situations
that.
advertisers don't want to be a part of.
Absolutely.
And that's just part of doing the job responsibly, is understanding you're not going to be able to suck $1 out of every single bit of content
Wow.
if you're actually, you know, trying to
I love how
you know,
Ethan's like,
make a point about issues.
And one other thing he keeps bringing up, apparently the reason he's ducked you, Sam, is because you only have 1 million subscribers.
Oh, only a
I
million.
know it.
And I'd actually challenge somebody to go through all of the interviews he's done and find any with under 1 million, because that would be quite ironic.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe that Steven has that metric,
It's a bit too
particularly
big.
since half of his, you know, all of his change my minds are with college students who may not even have a YouTube channel.
Right. You have more subs than them, surely.
At least a couple
I
more
mean,
than that.
Yeah.
The fuck is a doobie mod? It's
Well,
still there.
I feel we
Wait,
got it
it's
pretty
not there?
good here, Sam.
Well, you know, I would have liked to had
I'm a
an
new Twitch streamer.
exchange of
Do you know me?
ideas with Steven, so I'm
Me
a little
too.
bit
You know me as
disappointed.
Dev Knot.
And I know how much you
Oh,
were
that's
looking
cool.
forward
Well,
to
I'm
that
glad that
too.
you're getting into streaming.
You know, we had, but I guess Steven is just more
Thank
interested
you. I
in
really
personalities
appreciate
than
those
he
gift
is
subs.
Like,
actually
I really
debating
hope- I
issues.
wish you
Yeah.
luck
It's
with
sort of
streaming.
sad.
It is
It's sort of
sad.
sad
It
in
is
that
sad
regard.
because he claims he's a political thinker, but he didn't think much in this case.
I got to wonder if there are members of his audience right now who are probably thinking like, hey, wait a second, maybe Steven is actually afraid of having some type of exchange. I mean, he spent, how many times did he say in the preface of going on air with you, you know, a lot of times people won't show up for debates with me. And
Here we are, baby.
He only wants to debate, you know, people who have a perspective on the left that have a YouTube channel that's over 1 million. Well, maybe you've got to expand your
Or
horizons a little
maybe
bit.
you should be looking to debate people who are actually proficient in debating and the topics itself. Instead of, he referred to me
Why
as
is
a
there no
layup,
doobie
and
mod?
I
There
would
should be
agree
one.
with him
I
in
don't
that I'm
understand.
not politically
I'll check it out.
savvy and I'm not a debater.
Maybe I got deleted by
so
Twitch.
what actual value is there in debating me for him, other than for him to look smart and get an easy
Yeah,
point?
you just answered your own question.
But let me
Ethan
say
Klein.
this, that the original points that you were making about when it came to like the masks, I've interviewed, I don't know, half a dozen different epidemiologists, maybe a little bit more over the past year on the show, some of the top epidemiologists in the country. And the fact of the matter is that there was confusion and really not the science was not settled on the way that COVID was transferred. They didn't realize that it could be
I actually think
aerosized. But the bottom line
I think
is
the medical
that wearing
professionals really
masks,
fucked up with the
once
mask
they
thing.
understood this,
They did
where
know.
the
They did know.
downside to wearing masks
They had
is
enough experience with other
zero.
coronaviruses
Well, yeah,
and that they knew
according
masks
to
were
Steven,
effective.
scientists
They
are
lied
not ever
because
allowed
they were
to change
trying to
their
make
mind.
sure that they
See,
had enough masks.
scientists need to be right the first time, and
They were
only
worried
the
about
first
shortages.
time. They're not allowed to change their stance with data and research, and if they do, then they're frauds forever. For
Right.
everything. I mean, I even saw Steven talking about, Fauci was wrong about AIDS back in, what was it, the early 80s, and that's proof.
Right. Yeah, I think they fucked up
Fauci
there.
was wrong sometime previously in his career, so therefore he is a fraud forever.
Speaking of fraud, I noticed that Crowder put up an email, making a big deal about these emails from Fauci. And one of them he put up was from February 12th, where Fauci was saying, we don't think masks for the general public is going to be that effective or make a point.
Which is
And
what
that
he said publicly.
Which is what he said publicly
Yeah.
a month later. But the fact is that the development of the science behind aerosolization of the virus was an ongoing effort. It wasn't until late April that they started to realize this is the
That's
way
not
it's
true.
going through there.
I
And then
disagree with
it's
him
not
here.
easy
They knew, like, by the remember the
coronavirus and assess, like, what are the size of the particles.
Right.
But the bottom line is,
yeah,
once
like, honestly,
they
when I've
said
spoken
masks,
to doctors and stuff, like, privately, just not something they admit to publicly.
It sucks, but it was the safest thing to do. And I'm sitting here with a study.
They knew immediately with the cruise ships because of like the diseases that spread wildly on cruise ships are two different types of diseases.
Cut down
like fecal
to 25 to 35%
to mouth or whatever it's called,
on the transmission, and
so also airborne.
The idea that there are some scientists, he talks about aggregating the science. Look, he doesn't know how to aggregate. He's afraid to debate me. And a guy with 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He's not aggregating the science. There are professionals who aggregate the science.
Sam, do you think that the size of your sub count is there a correlation to your skills as a debater? That seems to be what Crowder's understanding is.
Apparently,
yeah.
Or it's just that he is looking for any excuse as to why he doesn't want to have a conversation with somebody who actually, day in, day out, reads this stuff and talks to scientists and talks to reporters. I mean, look, you can find a lot of people who will say the Earth is flat. And if I aggregate those into all the scientists who say the Earth is in fact not flat, then you could say there's some questions. But that's not the way that science works. The fact of the matter is that, like, we have a basic understanding of what's going on. And the idea of you saying, listen to the scientists, particularly addressing YouTube guys.
Well,
right? Like,
yeah, when you're Steven
that's
Crowder.
That's a good idea.
Thank you. Yeah, so obviously our whole little battle came when Steven said it's his favorite clip of the year of us saying, listen, if you're like, it's okay to listen to scientists who are trying to save. It's okay. You don't need to question every single thing that comes across your desk, especially if you have no qualifications.
Okay, I'll keep the white. I think it's classic.
Information. The fact that
I'm going
we
with something like a classic kind of
skeptical
little French inspired,
of
a little
every single thing of our government, that we don't trust our government to that extent, then our society has failed us in a way that we should just end it now.
But I think, like, you can be skeptical, but the fact of the matter is that what Crowder is not doing, he's not being skeptical in any type of thoughtful way. He is weaponizing doubts that happen to align with his political ideology. We saw it with the president that he was so supportive of. I mean, it's not hard to find many clips of Trump saying this is just going to go away. It's not really serious. There's only a couple of cases. We shouldn't even test.
Right.
And Crowder, that's why Crowder was doing it. I mean, if he was doing a genuinely skeptical, sort of like categorization and cataloging of the science and laying it out there in a way that showed some measure of integrity, but let's be honest. I mean, people just watch this. Crowder had the opportunity to debate this with somebody who is serious about it and wanted to debate with him. I did nothing but, approach this with a respectful manner. And he was afraid to do that because he knows he's full of it.
So
and he's
much
just delivering
so.
talking points.
I think it's always important to be like healthy, a little skeptical.
Give them to go.
But you also have to respect,
it's all part of the big
the scientific method and scientific consensus.
It's like, they suck
and just
every
weigh
dollar
the
out
pros
of
and
every
cons.
controversy, and that's all that matters to him because he's got these big, beautiful leather holsters, and those things don't fill themselves. And it is worth mentioning once again that he noticed that you ended your show early last week, and
that's right.
And we specifically were like, I know he's watching because he's so afraid of Sam that we need to pre-record something. Air it so that he thinks you're live.
Right now, as we are talking, there is a live show that's on. And he came on. We started the show 2 minutes early.
So he was worried.
And he did not walk onto the set until our show was live.
So true.
And you I got to say, you called it last week.
Thank
you.
And
I was like, I just don't believe that he's that nervous.
Yeah, he
about.
Was. I can't believe he admitted it. What a dumbass to admit it.
And also, like, the alternative is I think that Sam could show up, and I can't wait to show my audience how this moron who's been dogging me supposedly and sending people to, debate me and this and that. I'm going to put this to rest once and for all. If Steven Crowder was as much of a man as he seems to be with his, all his weightlifting and his gun and his holster, he's got a weapon, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I'm coming unarmed. Hands up. If you want to shoot, go ahead.
How much alpha brain do you think he takes in the morning?
He's probably juicing. And the idea that he had at least a week in advance knowledge that he couldn't come prepared to debate somebody who.
There's no subtitles. There's no subtitles.
What a fucking nightmare.
That's good.
Who actually reads this stuff and spends their time doing this is almost like the saddest thing that one could say about Steven Crowder.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. I'm sure there's some other things.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Steven.
It's really sad. I mean, I was looking forward to it because I really wanted to.
The ultimate irony, right, as you've pointed out, is that he's the guy who got famous for with the debate me. You can't, if you're the debate me guy, that's your claim to fame. You can't dodge people that want to debate you, Steven. You gotta own this thing that you create, this image you created. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a baby. You're like, come on, Steven. I think he lost the right to those holsters. I think he has to retire them.
Trauma.
Honestly, yeah, I think
I'm
maybe
calling
it's time
on retiring those holsters today.
Normalize wearing a squirt gun instead is what I would say to him. You'd have to, or maybe like a Nerf. They have to have like a Nerf weapon. Like, I don't. Is he old enough to now like have a license for a handgun, or he doesn't need to anymore? Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, like, I think we need to have a meeting with his dad and
I have his
bring
email
his father.
Now, so I'll be. Maybe we should email him. Just say, we think that.
I don't know if his dad will be answering any of my emails after today.
After today, we're gonna have to ask for his badge and weapon.
We're both fathers. I can't tell you how disappointed I would be in my son.
Oh, this is
if
harsh.
he did what Steven did.
Oh, so disappointed, son.
Oh, that is a low blow.
I just my son had his final Pony League baseball game yesterday. And I saw more courage from some of those 8-year-olds than we witnessed from Steven Crowder today. I mean, I would say probably like a good 3 or 4 of them were a lot tougher than Crowder. One guy hit the ball, the other one tripped.
Yeah.
And,
that's
one
telling
of them
a father
didn't have their favorite hat, but they all
should
played
not
through
be proud
it.
of his son.
They
I
all
don't know.
played
That's so
through
hard.
it. And sad that Steven.
Did you find it interesting too how he wouldn't put the camera on him
Yeah,
for a
please slap
minute?
a sticker.
It was just on his sidekick.
We're so close to a sticker party.
Yeah, what do you think was going on? Do you think he was like going like, Dad,
Yeah.
Get Dad in here.
Yeah.
Get Dad in here now.
Got it. But I'm glad he finally brought it back because I was like, what is with the sidekick? Why are you throwing him under the bus?
I know it. And the sidekick had to pretend like he was a big fan of mine. And
He had to
that's
come
why
in
they've
real
been
quick. Yeah.
monitoring the show. That is.
His sidekick wasn't
Honestly,
even drunk
though,
yet.
I do
It
think
is
the Velvet
early.
Eyes
Usually
thing
that
was
guy's pissed
anti-Semitic,
drunk
and Crowder
by
is infamous for
the
doing
time they do their
extremely
show.
bigoted things and calling you Jeff.
You know, to be honest, like I have the only time I think I've watched an extended run of Crowder show was when he was talking about you. I was trying to figure out like
right in front of my
how did this
face.
start?
That's
and
just great.
He was
Zelda's
really
poopy butt right
drippily
on my face.
condescending
That's
for
great.
a guy who is afraid to
yeah.
actually test his beliefs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. I haven't seen him so weak since watching him get punched in the face and dropping like a house of cards
By an old
in
man, right?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know if you knew this. So Crowder, when he was complaining about what happened on YouTube to him, he put out a compilation video of people responding to when he got decked by a union guy in Wisconsin at the 2011 march protest against Scott Walker. And in that compilation, I was in it. and put the video out. And then he pulled it back and cut me out of the compilation and reposted it on Twitter. Do we have that stuff?
Oh, wow. He is deathly afraid of you.
It is. Somebody on Twitter saw it and sent it in. We did a video about it, but it is weird.
He is deathly afraid.
And how he pretends. That's the thing I don't get. Like, how do you spend so much time worrying about somebody that you think is not big enough to even discuss?
Who is he supposed to debate then, if not you?
I don't know.
Yeah, me? I'm not a political debater. I'm just some dumbass. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's trolling through to find makeup tutorial sites that have like 2 million subscribers. Yeah. Or, I mean, anybody who doesn't
Minecrafters have a lot of subs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's some Minecrafters my son watches that maybe he'd like to debate on some of these issues.
I'm guessing Sam isn't single.
Wow.
All right. Well, we got him,
like
dude.
a VTuber like me.
Yeah, that was fun. I appreciate your attempting to further the discourse, Ethan. I mean, that's the thing.
And that's all I care about. In the end of the day, I just wanted to put forward the best conversation possible to inform the most people possible. But
guys,
Steven today wasn't able to do that for us.
3 more stickers.
So
it's a disappointment.
And we're going to hit a sticker
party. You gave him the
party.
opportunity.
And I hope his
Just
dad
3
does
more.
have a stern talking to, like, son,
Like,
this
whoa.
is the way to behave. This was not the proper
Okay,
way
Lady
to
Nova,
behave
let
in
me
this
open that.
situation. And gives him a good fatherly talk.
There's been times where I've said to my son, we're going to call up blankety blank's dad or mom, and you're gonna get on the phone and you're gonna apologize. And I just want to say,
he's single now. Okay,
I'm sure
I
don't want to speak for you, but we'll be very gracious when Steven's dad calls.
Oh my God, we got a sticker party.
When someone apologizes,
hey guys, stickers are free. Stickers are free.
Yeah, I want to make that absolutely clear.
Please post the stickers.
3, 2, 1, go!
Spam the stickers. Cover me, please. Yes, DJ4, I can agree. Hey, stop covering me in poop. This is too real. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, you guys can't tell, but I'm very angry. You cannot tell, but I am very, very mad. Stop covering me in poop. I do not want your poop. I'm covered in enough of it. How the hell do you do a sticker? Just do exclamation mark sticker and then it'll show you. Okay, I'm still getting covered in poop. No, it's fine. Whatever, just cover me in poop. That's what you guys want. Yeah, keep slapping the poop on me. It's my favorite thing. I love getting paid to have poop slapped on me. It's not humiliating whatsoever. Dear Mom and Dad, I want to explain to you my new job. It's where a bunch of people online put poop on me. But don't worry, Mom. I get paid for it, okay? Don't worry. We even started a hype train. Please make my parents proud. Get me to a level 5, guys. We didn't hit a level 5 before. It made me super sad. I get my entire sense of validity from my subs. And it's very healthy. But the poop is happy. That's good. No, the poop is not happy. Okay, the poop is happy. I'm not happy. Stop it. Stop slapping the poop. I should make that sticker unaffordable for all of you guys. I'm gonna make it like 1,000. I'm gonna do a Nick stream. You guys can't. Can we see the Thor meme now? Yeah. Okay. No, I don't want the poop. I actually don't like the. Okay. You don't understand. Zelda's poop this morning was so smelly. It was literally the smelliest thing I've ever seen. Smelt. Touched. Bjork is anonymous. It was so smelly. And now you guys are just reminding me of the smell. And her poop literally looked like that. It was like wet. Okay? It was like wet, curled poop. And then it started spraying. No, it was not fun. Yeah, it was not fun. And I had to clean it all up. And it was smelly. No, don't say oh, that's so gross. Oh my god, Son of a Cat, that's funny. Be glad you don't have to change baby human poops daily. Well, at least then you have a child, okay? Friday Living, how are you doing? I haven't seen you for a bit. What did you watch this? Have you no shame? Okay. Shh, RPG. Shh. Please, guys. Let's get to level 2 hype train. I'm having a tough day. Literally, I've been thrown poop on. Okay, like, as if I am a sinner in the 13th century. Very offensive. I'm basically covered in dysentery right now. Do you know what dysentery does? Do you guys know? Do I have to teach you about the history of dysentery? Okay, I will do the Thor meme for level 5. 2 minutes left. I still haven't even made to level 2. You know what? It's fine. It's okay. No, it's alright. No, you just want to give me dysentery? No, it's fine. Whatever. Just give me 100 bits. 100 bits is not enough. This is my whole job. To just push for subs, and I have to do it every month, and I know it's annoying, but god damn it, I've got to do it. And you guys just cover me in poop. Even though you know I'm sensitive about poop today. And we're not even gonna get a hype train. We're not even gonna get a level 2. So now I'm just covered in tears and poop. I work so hard for you guys. I bring you quality content like syphilis. No, it's fine. Feet are not falling for your emotions. No, I'm covered in poop. Chiron, thank you so much for that $5. That was very nice. Well, Marcus, you saved me. At least Marcus loves me. Marcus and Chiron love me. You did pick a bad time to eat chocolate ice cream, okay? You did pick it. Okay, just cover your hands in the chocolate ice cream. That was me today, okay? Eris gets to eat for another day. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate the subs. It means a lot. Save me. Save me when everyone else banning me. Everyone else just going away, you know? Bits. No, I'm not bitter. And if we get to level 5, I'm gonna show you guys a really cool meme. JPEG, I'm still finishing lunch. Please no dysentery lesson. Yeah, okay. If I don't get a level 5, I'm teaching you guys about the history of dysentery in detail. Alright? Well, Chi, thank you so much for following. So at least I have someone else that loves me. I'm broke. It doesn't mean I don't love you. Sir McSwanky. We live in a society, okay? That's what I have to tell you. We live in a society. Okay, I covered my hands in chocolate ice cream. Do I lick them clean like you did? Varun! Varunez, why would you say that? That's gross. Purple Maggot, your name upsets me, but I still appreciate you. Thank you for following. To know how big you'd have to be for this, but Sam Cedar is usually pretty open about going on other people's shows or podcasts. I wonder if you could... Do you think I could snag Sam Cedar for an interview? Oh my god, the whole time I'd just be hitting on him. Be like, so Sam, what are you wearing? What's your opinion on VTubers? Have you ever been with a 2D girl before? You know what they say about nice Jewish boys? They like nice Jewish girls. You know, Sam? I can make you some kugel. Seat Seal, thank you so much for those 100 bits. 2 minutes left of the level 3 hype train. Guys, we gotta hit level 3, please. Level 3. Son of God, thank you so much for those bits. Thank you. Keep the focus going. What's kugel? Kugel is unique baked good. I don't even know. It's like what do you call those things that you put in like a dish that you put in the oven? Oh my god. Anonymous bought a We Live in an Aristocracy purchased Black Death t-shirt. What the fuck? Wait, my t-shirt just bought a t-shirt. Guys, what's happening? We Live in an Aristocracy is my t-shirt, but it bought the Black Death Tour t-shirt. This is like meta over what's happening. How does a t-shirt buy a t-shirt? Also, only 1 minute left. Please, guys, let's hit this level 3. Dear God. I don't want to put on the sad music again. This is turning into art. This is sketchy. By the way, you guys should all buy the new Black Death t-shirt, you know? Good way to support the stream. Only 40 seconds left. But yeah, you guys should totally buy the new Black Death t-shirt. It's really funny. Just do exclamation mark merch. It's guaranteed to get you hot history ladies. Guaranteed. Yo, dog, heard you like t-shirts, so we bought your t-shirt as a t-shirt so you can wear a t-shirt while you wear it. What the fuck? 20 seconds left. Okay, we're not gonna get this hype train. No, it's fine. I'm just... Oh my god, Marcus came in with the last minute save! Holy shit! Marcus, you started it. You ending it. You're champ. You saved me, Marcus. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Guys, can we all get some fucking hypes for Marcus? Literally got us all the way to level 3 and halfway to level 4. Aw. Shine on, that's sweet. Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice. You guys are very sweet. Thank you. I'm a happy camper. Okay, no more sad music. Okay? Maybe we have a chance to hit the level 5. Yeah, Lainey Nova just wants the meme. Like, that's all she gives a shit about. What was I talking about before Marcus became a hero? I feel like I was talking about something super important. Oh yeah, me hitting on Sam Cedar. Is it like inappropriate for me to hit on the person that I'm interviewing? I feel like that's really bad. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Now we hit level 4. Do we get Oregon Trail stream? We'll see. I got my Zelda hoodie in today and it was really cozy. Oh my god, that's so amazing. I still haven't gotten mine and I'm jealous. You'll have to compete with denims. Wait, Denims has a thing for Sam Seder? I will destroy her. I love competition. No, like yeah. First of all, okay, no, I will destroy her. And why she can't compete with this 2D? Like, look at me, okay? Like, I'm literally perfection, okay? I have a feeling Sam Seder likes anime. Son of a cat, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those bits. Thank you, thank you. The moral gray area to hit on your interviewees. I feel like if a dude was doing it, he'd get in like a lot of trouble. Let's be real. She rejected you? Okay. She might act like she rejected me, okay? But secretly, she was really into me. She just knew that I would be like really threatening to her emotionally. That's why she didn't want to date me. It was very stressful to have like someone so perfect, you know? As 2D as I am. Only 2 minutes left to hit level 4. 2 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes. Don't leave me on the edge like you guys did last time, okay? That was really painful for me. Nah, Hassan hit on his interviews all the time. Does he really? I want to be interviewed by Hassan. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Edging is fun though? Oh my god. Hassan gets a pass because he's a himbo. If the guy interviewing is hot, then it's fine. Oh no. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's some full incel logic. You interviewed Hassan though. That was your chance. Yeah, did you guys see me interviewing Hassan? Okay, look at this, wait. Show you guys something really special. 1 minute left, guys. Please let's hit level 4. Don't make me cry again. Okay, I'm gonna emotionally blackmail all of you. Okay, yeah, it wasn't a real interview with Hassan. It was like we were doing like an AMA together. But yeah, here, look. I am being told to ask one more question from the girls of the server. Oh, wait. Lazarus comes in with the save. Thank you so much for those gift subs. Thank you. Thank you, Lazarus. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're so cool. I don't think I've seen you chatting like too much in text, but that's awesome. Guilt tripping is the best tactic to gain subs. Maybe I should do what did I saw that video of what Bad Bunny did. He just like yell at chat. Apparently that was a joke though. I don't know. Oh, I want to learn more about dysentery. Ragnarok, you are the first person to ever say that ever. Like ever. Okay. Okay, but this is like me literally interviewing Hassan. Okay. It wasn't a real interview. It was an AMA. So it was other people's questions. So it wasn't me asking if he was single, okay? I was asking for a friend. I was asking for a friend. All right? I was asking for a friend. Okay? Okay, watch this. I am being told to ask one more question from the girls of the server. Feel free to reject it, but are you single?
Yeah.
Wow. We have a lot of philosophy girls here.
I'm an incel.
Oh. That literally happened. Like, so many people think this was just edited together. No, like, that was a real conversation. Like, that's literally what he remembers me for. Like, someone brought up Aristocracy in his chat. He's like, oh, it's that girl. I know, I'm laughing at my own memes. Thank you. Okay, shush, son of cats. Shush, shush, shush. Okay, shush. 2 minutes left. Gotta hit level 5. I believe in this level 5. We didn't hit level 5 last time, and it broke my heart. Okay? Made me sad. But this time, I feel like we can do it, guys. I feel like we can do it together. I feel like together, if we work hard enough, we can earn me a proper income. Okay? Calling out denims. Oh no. Oh no. Denims. Wait, Denims has a thing for Sam Seder? I will destroy her. I love competition. No, like No, my income will not be poop stickers. Stop it, lady. What the heck? First of all. Okay, no, I will destroy her. And why she can't compete with this 2D. Like, look at me. Okay? Like, stop covering me in poop. Denims. Wait, Denims has a thing? Dear Mom and Dad. So, these unique people online, they pay money to cover me in poop. And I think that they can get away with it because the poop is just a sticker. But I know what they mean by the poop. And they're doing it purposely just to get to me because they know that I'm sensitive about poop. I'm a hypochondriac. I don't like germs. You know? Cecil, thank you for those 100 bits, by the way. No, yeah, Mom and Dad, no, that's what I use my education for. That's what I do. That's with studying history, it's like all the knowledge, all the things that you guys were so proud of me about. This is what I'm using it for. I hope you're proud. You know? Why am I off screen? Why am I off screen? What the heck? No. Ah. Okay, I'm okay. Wait, Nerza, what the heck? Nerza coming in with the huge 10 fucking subs. What the Is that real? Holy shit, we hit a level 5 trade. The first time today, I'm so happy. Nerza, thank you. Thank you. You're a champ. Yeah, 227%. That made me happy. Guys, I'm actually... Honestly, you guys like always make me feel like really great. Supportive community. I want to be supportive to you guys too. Whenever you have a hard day. Do the meme? Okay, let's do the meme. Do the meme. I think this is the meme. Is this the meme? Aw, you and Chad make my vote. That's really sweet, Big Orange Shoe. Honestly, you're like one of my favorite viewers. Okay, don't tell anyone. Wait, why won't this show? Whoa, what just happened? Guys, I'm such a boomer. This is terrible. Okay. We just cut to Sam. Oh no, now it's lagging. Meme is in reply? Oh, okay. You can defeat me. Steven Crowder. Oh, okay. Oh no, it keeps fighting with me. I keep making it smaller, and then it gets bigger. No, I'm clicking it. The problem is that like I cut this to only be like to show the video. And so it's like not showing the whole thing. Oh no, now it's all small. So you and Sam belong to each other? You're both boomers? Like you will think I'm young and fresh. It's a good meme though, it's a good meme. He's a really good looking guy. Like I really like the sideburns. You know how sideburns are like really, like everyone was wearing sideburns in the early 2000s, late 90s? But now no one does it anymore. They're just like, I feel like they show like a guy, like you're like masculine, but you're also kind of like intellectual, you know? But you're also a little avant-garde. You probably have a nice penis. That's what that tells me. That's what that tells me, okay? Shit, did I say the penis thing out loud? Old school Sam Seder.
Well, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays? A Christmas tree or a holiday tree? Which should it be? Depends on whom you ask. We've seen controversy, most notably prompted by the White House. It sent out cards, this card matter of fact, wishing a holiday season of hope and happiness. No mention of Christmas. Some thoughts now on the subject. Sam Teeter hosts the show Majority Report on Air America Radio. Bob Knight is the director of the Culture and Family Institute. It's affiliated with the Christian conservative organization Concerned Women for America. Gentlemen, great to have you with me.
Thanks for having us on.
All right, well, let's start with the holiday card. What do you think, Sam?
Well, listen, you know, as far as the war on Christmas goes, I feel like we should be waiting.
He looks way better now. Way better now. Those glasses are not doing well. It really just shows like how you present yourself can totally affect how you look.
Waging a war on Christmas. I mean, I believe that Christmas, it's almost proven that Christmas has nuclear weapons, can be an imminent threat to this country, that they have operative ties with terrorists, and I believe that we should sacrifice thousands of American lives in pursuit of this war on Christmas. And hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money.
Well, Sam, is it a war on Christmas, a war on Christians, a war on over political correctness, or just a lot of people with way too much time on their hands?
Well, I would say probably, if I was to be serious about it, too much time on their hands.
I've never been
But I'd like to get back to the operational ties between Santa Claus and Al-Qaeda.
I don't think that exists. Bob?
Well, we have
Help
intelligence.
Me out here.
We have intelligence.
You have intel. And where exactly does your intel come from?
Well, we have tortured an elf, and that's it's actually how we got the same information from Al-Libi. That's exactly the same way the Bush administration got this info about the operational ties between Al-Qaeda and Saddam.
Okay, Bob Knight, Sam is tying in now the lack of information regarding weapons of mass destruction and somehow moving that into Santa Claus. Help me out here. What's going on? I mean, is this a war on Christians, a war on Christmas? Is this too much political correctness?
Yeah, well, it was first I want to compliment him on his dry humor, but this is actually a very serious subject because a lot of people are waking up to realize that the war on Christmas is really the culmination of a war on faith.
It's going to be a blast.
The idea that public square has to be cleansed of any religious expression, particularly Christian religious expression. You know, at one time, Happy Holidays was a welcome addition to Merry Christmas. So you wouldn't say the same thing over and over again. But a lot of people now see it as a substitute.
If you guys have like shitty families that you don't want to go to for Christmas or it's not fun, we're going to have our own little Aristocracy Christmas and it's going to be amazing. Okay, I fucking love Christmas, so yeah, fuck whoever hates it. Okay, and I can say that as a Jewish person because I was never allowed to practice Christmas. Okay, that's all. I'm not bitter. Okay, that's all.
And it's very gratuitous at times, and it's actually insulting when you're talking about Christmas Day or a Christmas tree, and you can't bring yourself to use the word for fear of offending someone. In the name of diversity, we're a less free country when that happens.
It's interesting, Sam, because, I mean, this is a time where if anything, we want to be even more sensitive to diversity, considering everything that's happening with regard to war on terror. We're learning so much more about different religions, different ethnicities, and trying to become more of one versus being segregated.
Yeah, well, Kara, I mean, listen, I would like Bob to tell me who is the person who has been offended by someone saying Merry Christmas to them. I've never met that person. I don't celebrate Christmas. But if someone says Merry Christmas to me, I either think, well, it's a little bit odd. It's like me saying Happy Birthday to you on my birthday. But you know, no one cares.
I'll even decorate a real Christmas tree.
As we wage the war on the war on Christmas on our radio show, News Corp, Fox News, those people who have started this entire war on Christmas meme, fake war, they're having a holiday party. President Bush saying happy holidays, Tokyo Rose, Laura Bush, saying happy holidays to her dogs in the video. I'm sure you've seen it. I mean, these are the things that we should be talking about. When we are waging this war in Iraq, we should be equating it to the war on Christmas. What else would Bob Knight have an opportunity to do?
I feel like
How
he'd be
else would he
headed
get
to
on
have a
television
debate with
if he
them.
wasn't pretending to be attacked?
You know, this would be funny, except it is serious to a lot of people who have seen their faith cleansed from the public square systematically.
Well, are you suggesting, Bob, that someone can't celebrate Christmas in America? I mean, tell me about the person who can escape these
get a word in here?
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
I'm talking about things like in Ridgeway, Wisconsin, where the school children in the public school were told they couldn't sing Silent Night, so they substituted Oh Cold Night. You know, I think when you take Jesus out of anything, it gets pretty cold, so it's apt. But it's outrageous. They had children actually singing a bastardized version of Silent Night.
Well, Bob,
you see,
this may come as a shock to you, Bob,
holiday trees.
But I don't consider Jesus the Messiah. And so if you're going to ask me to praise Jesus, I'm going to be a little offended.
Well,
Sam Seder doesn't consider Jesus the Messiah? What the fuck? What kind of Jewish person are you? I'm kidding. I love my Sammy boy.
I don't think the singing of the song...
I'm going to start calling him my Sammy boy. Is that weird? I feel like that's a sexy nickname. Like, oh, my Sammy boy. Kiss me. Oh, my Sammy boy. Like...
You can find other songs to sing. So what about Silent Night?
So what? Because you're offended, none of those other kids can celebrate the great heritage of Christmas
I'm not the one who said they couldn't do that. No, I'm not the one who
said that.
But you're trying to force... Why are you trying to force conversions on people?
Let me ask you guys...
Yes, you are,
singing a Christmas carol.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you guys about the pressure that's been put on stores, for example. American Family Association called for the boycott of Target stores the weekend after Thanksgiving, accusing the chain of banning the phrase Merry Christmas from its stores, a charge that Target denies.
Don't use that H word with me,
Pressure from conservative groups look like it has an impact here. Complaints from the Catholic League. Walmart agreed to create a Christmas page on its website rather than a holiday page. And then Macy's, which is, perhaps more closely associated with Christmas than any other retailer, sent activists a letter touting its use of Merry Christmas in ads and store windows after...
I actually do think the Christmas thing, like the holiday thing's a joke, right? Because when people are like happy holidays, they always mean it for Christmas. And like Hanukkah rarely happens on Christmas. Kwanzaa rarely happens on Christmas. Like sometimes people are like telling me happy holidays and they're trying to be like appeal to me like for diversity or whatever. When like Hanukkah happened 2 months ago, bro. Like the times don't always line up. It's super awkward when that shit happens. Like, they should just call it Christmas. It's whatever.
It was the target of a small-scale boycott last year.
I like sparkles.
I mean, this is pretty amazing, all these boycotts of pressuring all these stores, these businesses, Bob.
Well, these businesses are taking millions and millions of dollars from Christians in particular and others who celebrate Christmas, giving gifts in the name of the Christmas season.
Hanukkah is
and
someone
yet
trying to kill us.
So worried about offending people like my opponent here that they don't want to mention the word Christmas. People are sick and tired.
It's the holiday time. I'm not your opponent. But I do agree with Bob.
Yeah, you are.
I do agree with Bob that I think what should happen is companies should calculate how much money they're getting from people who are celebrating Christmas and provide exactly that much amount of Merry Christmas, because that is exactly how I would want any type of religious holiday to be celebrated.
Would we be having the same argument about Hanukkah? I'm curious.
He's such a dick.
Would we have the same argument about Hanukkah?
He's so proud of himself for that line. It's not a major holiday for one thing, and this is the Christmas season. That's why billions of dollars are really being spent. It's Christmas.
Well, it's also the winter solstice
for a minute.
I don't know, Bob. People might argue that Hanukkah is just as big as Christmas.
Well, no, I would have to agree with Bob.
I would have to agree with Bob on that. And none of them says Hanukkah is as big as Christmas.
No, Hanukkah is not a high holiday. Our high holidays are Rosh Hashanah and Yom.
Yeah, no, it's true. Hanukkah is not actually a big deal. Like, it actually wasn't ever, like, even one of the major holidays. It's only, like, kind of the Christmas season and stuff that's made Jews kind of take Hanukkah a little more seriously.
Right. Poor, which I'm sure Bob...
Mr. Malik, thank you so much for subscribing for 3 months.
Has been protesting why there aren't more Yom Kippur sales or Rosh Hashanah sales. Well, I mean, why shouldn't they be, right, Bob?
Well, if that was associated with that holiday, then maybe I would join you, but it never has been.
Bob, have you ever protested Martin Luther King Day?
I missed the old culture wars like this. Don't you guys have nostalgia for this shit?
Do you resent when people don't say Happy Martin Luther King Day a month out in advance?
You know what?
Let's put this in perspective.
Let me, and Bob, I want you to be able to respond. But what's interesting, the CNA USA Today Gallup poll, the question was, is it okay for people to say Merry Christmas? 88% said yes. 11% said no.
Yeah, well, 96% of Americans celebrate Christmas. So why would we care about the
what's the war,
Bob? 4% that get offended by it?
So there's no war.
I don't know anybody who'd be offended by someone wishing someone a Merry Christmas.
Why do we care? Why are we making all the changes, Bob? I mean, we do.
Yeah, Bob, where's the war? Where are the battle lines? I mean, you can tell me that Silent Night can't be sung in one school in Wisconsin.
That's just one example. That's not the totality. So don't.
What is the totality?
The
totality is 80. You brought it up. The totality is.
Because keep in mind, even a lot of minorities still
has no problem with it.
Christmas.
You don't care about the people who don't celebrate Christmas. Fine. But
yeah,
I don't
I'll do
Christmas,
the history of
and
Christmas for sure. The history of Christmas is actually fascinating.
It's so that you can fundraise. That's
it
why,
is such an
old and I think you know that's the truth.
It goes way, way back.
Okay, you know when the Nazis moved into Austria in 1966.
Oh, that is offensive, Bob.
They immediately
to raise
removed
Nazis
Christmas from the schools.
That is
read about it.
Hold on, Sam. Let Bob make his point. Let Bob make his point. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, Maria Trapp wrote the story of the Trapp singers that's in The Sound of Music. And she said she sent her kids to school after the Nazis took over, and they came home and said, Mama, we can't say the word Christmas anymore. It's now winter holiday. I think that ought to disturb people that we're moving toward that kind of attitude in this country.
The Puritans also outlawed Christmas. The founding fathers of this country would fine you in Massachusetts if you celebrated Christmas at the beginning. So don't talk about Nazis, Bob. I think that's really inappropriate. Why do you have to bring hate to this Christmas and holiday season? That's so sad, Bob.
Well, it's the truth. You ought to read the book yourself.
Well, Bob, it's just sad that you have to raise Nazis when you're talking about Christmas and the holiday season. And we all know that Christmas actually, Tannenbaum, it's a German holiday. Bob, I'm really, really disappointed in you.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but if you can't understand the force of history,
to bring up
I'm
Nazis,
not
Bob?
you a Nazi.
Oh, who are you calling a Nazi?
Gentlemen,
who are you calling a Nazi?
We gotta let it there.
I'm not.
We could probably.
He's just playing a character like the whole time. It's so funny.
You are, sir.
Sam Seder.
I'm offended.
Air America Radio.
Offended.
Bob Knight.
He's so good. No, he's just playing a character. He's just playing a character. I'm offended. What a perfect way to end the stream. This lovely stream, guys. I really enjoyed it. Okay? I really, really enjoyed it. Now we just need to decide who we're going to raid. See if the person, there's someone I was planning on raiding. Let's see if they're online. But please stick around because the person I want to raid is amazing. At least just go bring some cool things to them. Wait, are they not streaming? No. Oh. Let me just double check this. I don't want to miss the opportunity. To raid Indie Fox. Yeah, person's not streaming. That's it. Fox. It's okay. It's okay. Who else? Okay, who else? Okay, why don't we raid Gorgeous Melina? Go bring her the monarchy. Okay? Then she'll leave Destiny for us. Yeah, no, so I don't understand. The shirt buying a shirt thing is really freaky. But yeah, please go bring her the monarchy. Thank you.